Hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hi.
Oh, it's our first full week of the year.
Wow.
Yeah.
What we look forward to.
I hate to burst the kids' bubbles, but I don't think it's going to snow, really.
Yeah, it looks like everything kind of moved north a bit.
Looks like it's going to be a rain event today into tomorrow, so sorry, kids.
It looks like
Hey,
St.
rain-
Louis hates snow now.
Rain
Sorry, kids.
/ slush.
I enjoyed the snow we got.
Me too.
Friday.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
Friday
that
night.
it was there and the roads were still cleared and then it melted away.
Yeah, I was out and about Friday night, and got out to the car, was covered. All right.
It's kind of nice looking.
Going to put the old Jeep in four-wheel drive. Let's see what you got.
Right? How'd she do?
She did great.
It's awesome.
Did great. Did I need it? Maybe I didn't.
No?
Maybe I did. I don't know. Better to err on the side of caution.
Yeah. I just need it to snow and then freeze because right now all it's doing is making my house disgusting.
No, we
with
don't
the
need
stupid dogs out there.
Oh, well, yeah. It's all
I have to clean their feet every time, wash them off, and it's just brutal.
Oh,
Come on,
I got
snow.
2 dogs.
Well, why do we live in a place where there's a winter that's just, it's not that cold, but it's not that warm. It's just nothing right about it.
Used
It's
to be
gross.
Used to be different.
I know. We
used to
have
almost snow on Halloween, and then throughout.
We'll get our snow. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's coming. I promise you it's going to come at
yeah,
some
but don't
point.
you remember
All
those,
right, thank
those
you.
frozen, awesome winters in like late '80s? There was one I remember it distinctly because I have a lot of stitches to show for it, bunch of scars. But it snowed a whole bunch. Rizz, you missed it, dude. It was the best. It was the best of
I
all
had my
conditions.
own snow where I grew up.
It snowed a whole bunch, and then it like started to melt, and then super freezed, and ice came, and it like packed down inches of snow.
And it would create like a luge track.
Dude, it was the
Nice.
whole city was a luge track.
It's pretty
And
cool.
you didn't even need a sledding hill. All you needed was just a little bit of an angle, and you could go forever. And we would start up in 1 yard and end up 15 yards down.
Yeah, we had winters like that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I remember New York
It's the
had
greatest.
one because Conan O'Brien was still in New York at the time, and you guys had this insane amount of snow, and they were building basically it was like mountains in the middle of the road.
Oh, yeah. Well, you would just, cars were missing.
That was wild
You'd have to look for the car antenna
because the plows were
because
just,
plows would plow the snow up onto the side of the cars.
That's wild.
And that was maybe 2000, 2001.
yeah, something like that. I just
We'll
remember
get
him
our
having-
snow, guys. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
I went to the mall yesterday, West County Mall.
Ooh,
How was that?
Alone?
Commerce is alive and well, guys.
Yeah, that mall's
That mall is hopping.
Yep.
So a couple racial listeners.
They said hi?
Yeah, they did. They
Nice.
did. Heard a couple happy birthdays from the distance. But my daughter wanted to go with a friend. Hey, Dad, can you drive us to the mall? Okay, fine. Get in the car Sunday afternoon. All right. Drop you guys off. 2 hours is good at the mall, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
That's plenty of time.
That's great.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Get
Plenty of
back
time.
here on the dot. 2 hours. We're out of here.
2 hours. Good. I'll drop you guys off. I'm going to go to the grocery store. That nice Schnucks is across the street. The DePere Schnucks. Went there, did some grocery shopping. And then, it took 45 minutes, so I still had, hour 15 to myself. So I'm just going to wander the mall. I wandered the mall by myself.
Wait a minute. Groceries still in the car?
Grocery, it was cold enough.
Okay.
One of the benefits to winter.
Yeah.
Taking a risk.
Well, you see what I did was I put all the cold stuff together so it stays cold.
Oh, you bagged your own. Look at you.
I did not bag my own,
Oh.
but I put everything on the conveyor belt how it should be bagged. Anyway, that's not the story.
That's not the point.
But I started doing my laps. I was like an old person.
Yeah.
I mall walked yesterday.
What'd
how'd
you
it
see?
feel?
I didn't even go. I went into one store.
Brookstone.
No, I went into
Lego.
Barnes and Noble.
Oh.
That's the only store I went into.
What section do you immediately go for in Barnes and Noble?
The cooking,
Good man.
like the cooking books. But I did like 15 laps.
Just checking it all out. Going,
Just
look
checking
at
it all
that.
out.
Oh, that place is still around. Oh, nice.
Like started on the ground floor, did 2 laps, went upstairs, did another 2 laps, went downstairs, did 2 laps, went upstairs, went to Barnes and Noble, went out, did another 2 laps downstairs.
Did you take the escalators up the Dix? And
No, I didn't go up to the
oh,
third
you have
floor.
to do that.
Oh,
No,
I always
I
have
didn't
to
go
at
up
least
there.
peek in there.
Did you really mall walk if you didn't see a kayak?
That's true.
No, I didn't go up there.
Hot
I'm glad you
Topic.
mall walked, man.
I
That's
walked
awesome.
past the Hot Topic.
Thought about going in for like a split second.
I sure did because it's right next to Spencer.
A new ball chain. Cool.
Yeah.
You know, what's funny is I have all the jerseys that I need, and for some reason I'm magnetically drawn into the sports jersey stores. I don't even know. what they're
There's a
called.
lot of sports stores in there,
Yeah, there's
like
like 3 of
memorabilia.
them.
There's like a cards, like a card store in there.
Oh, I didn't see that one. But for some reason, I found myself looking at hats and shopping at hats at the jersey store. I was like, what am I doing in here?
I mean, there's your lids, there's your finish line, there's your rally house.
Yeah, whatever they are, they look so cool. And then I catch myself and go, I'm not going to.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to go into Hot Topic. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because I don't want to be an old guy going to Hot Topic.
Please.
Oh, yeah.
I swear.
I give you permission to go.
I swear, that went through my mind. As I've turned to go in, I go, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm not buying anything here.
I was in
a cool
Zoomies
t-shirt.
or whatever that place is with my son, and I felt it. Because I was like pointing at skate decks and I was looking at different stuff, and like 17-year-old kid comes over like, hey man, can I help you? And I was like, no, I'm just looking at stuff, thinking about the 90s.
You're like, I used to be an assistant manager here.
I didn't want to be seen
like,
as a
no.
youth fighter.
I need to get out of here.
I didn't want to be seen as a youth fighter.
That's hilarious.
But I walked past that Lululemon store.
Line?
Ugh. They had as if it were a nightclub.
Yeah. There's like a bouncer.
One in,
There's a
one out.
bouncer. There's a bouncer.
He's got like an earpiece in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
freaking nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's how the Nike store was. I guess it was Black Friday. Did I go out on Black Friday?
That's Black Friday. This was Sunday.
Yeah.
This was Sunday.
This was yesterday, Sunday.
Hot moms in line for the Lululemon.
All teenagers.
A lot
Oh,
of
really?
people.
All teenage girls.
A lot
When
of
I went,
people
it was
doing
babe
returns.
moms.
Returns and exchanges.
Returns and
It is-
exchanges.
'Tis the season.
Dude, I'm telling you, the teenage girls are back at the mall.
My daughter loves it.
The teenage girls are back in the mall.
Your daughter spent some money? Or how did, like...
She had a couple gift cards
Okay.
that she wanted to get rid of.
Yeah, I hear that.
So she
So-
bought a kayak?
So she bought a kayak. She's like, can we strap this to the roof?
She got some boxing gloves.
I don't know. I just got from grocery shopping. I got to move the groceries.
Did you pass her at any point? Were they
No.
like avoiding you? Like, oh God, there's
that-
your dad.
You know they're
No.
hiding.
I was hoping to pass her and embarrass her.
Didn't happen.
I'm sure they saw you.
No, because she called me. She's like, where are you?
Yeah, but there's
I
a
was
point where
sitting-
she saw you walk past. She's like, oh,
I was sitting on a couch.
Oh no.
What? I was. They have the chairs there for a
Outside-
reason.
that's so
I thought you were going to sit in
sad.
one of the massage chairs.
No,
Oh, that would have been
again. Thought about it. Thought about it.
I could see her coming out of Lululemon, and you're over there going.
They have a whole bunch of massage chairs now.
There's people just sitting around at the West County Mall. People go there to sit and just hang out.
I was sitting, but I was going to sit in a massage chair.
Yeah,
And I said to myself, how many people have farted on this seat?
tons. Every man
the
that you
same as
saw.
the couch or the bench or.
I don't know. I feel like if they're shaking you,
Oh, you.
They're gonna
think-
shake you loose.
I feel like they're going to shake some gas bubbles out. Again, these are I'm a tortured person.
Yeah, but those are leather. I think those are leather, not cloth. So,
No, they are leather.
well, then the fart's going to bounce right off of it. It's not sticking like it is in the cloth.
It's
that's
all
why.
warm.
That's why I always smell the seat before I sit in it. Just to
God.
see.
I've
Scott,
noticed you
no.
do that.
If it's just a regular couch, I feel just people just sitting there. Mm-hmm. If it's one of those massage chairs, they're like deep in there.
yeah.
Like they like get in, like they wiggle their butt in there. They're
Yeah.
shaking. Farts are coming out.
You see the
And
crack.
Yeah, if it's memory
Mold.
foam, it's gonna retain that forever.
You'll still go use the toilet though in the mall.
No, I've never used a toilet at the mall.
Oh,
Never.
really?
Never.
I've
Never.
used each
That's
one.
impossible.
They put massagers on them now.
It's possible.
I've had emergencies on each floor at the West County Mall.
Never.
Don't get me started. Macy's, come on. Now
I don't think I've
the
ever sat
bathrooms are
down.
up top, or they used to be.
No, I've never had to use the toilet at the mall. Never.
You've never gone to the bathroom. You never had a
Have you even lived?
pee.
Not at the mall.
Really? You've never gone down one of those long corridors and felt like you were in some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're in the wrong place.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna get killed.
Never.
Honestly, it's
Interesting.
terrifying as a woman to go down.
I've
those
had to
dark
change a
corridors.
kid.
So you've been in the bathroom.
I've been in the bathroom. Yeah, I've never had to use it. I've been in the bathroom. I know the corridor you're talking about.
Some of them are better than others.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, the place was packed. Parking was at a premium.
Oh, yeah, parking's always a nightmare.
Parking was at a premium.
Where do you park when you go to the West County?
I'm not
Mall?
going to tell you. My wife actually just put me on to the right
Oh, there's
spot.
a secret?
I got a secret
Is it up on
spot.
the third floor by Dick's?
Nope.
That used to be.
I
it.
think I know
That
where.
used to be mine.
Well, the old
Is it
I'm
by
not
the
gonna say-
California Pizza Kitchen?
Yes.
Nope.
That Macy's, yeah, right there. The Macy's, there's a little corridor to get in. You can either go through Macy's, the random door, or you can go in through Barnes & Noble. Up top.
No, I parked outside
to.
the JCPenney.
There's still a JC
Oh, on the south.
on the backside.
South Rim?
That's,
Over by
I think
the,
it's on the west side
dare I say it?
because the west side is the best side.
is that over by the Elephant?
I'm not sure. Oh,
Bar?
no, that place is
No.
closed.
Oh, well, I go over there a lot.
A lot of teenage girls, and they all look the same.
Yeah.
And they all go to Lululemon. There's 3 stores they go to. That the spandex store, Lululemon. They go to Bath and Body Works, and they go to Sephora.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is
Exciting,
the
man.
that is
My
the Bermuda
people.
Triangle right there. Our girls just
Packed.
disappear.
Packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, young girls are running this country economy-wise.
Yep.
Well, at least the
Definitely
mall. They're
in our
keeping the
house.
malls going now.
Yep. I'm proud of them.
It's pretty neat that it's. Is that because of Stranger Things? Is the malls returned, or
You know, I don't know. I bet you it plays a tiny part.
Maybe
Yeah.
it does.
that's very fun though?
Whatever
I had
it
some
is,
good
our-
memories. I
our
lived a
girls
few
love
blocks
it.
from the mall.
I also think it's because some of the other malls are closing.
I lived at the mall. I had a
yeah,
secret,
you were just down the street too.
yeah, right down the street from Crestwood Plaza. Had a secret place where we chained our bikes up. Like we were there all the time. Exhilarama has thousands of my dollars,
Yeah.
thousands, and I still have their tickets and all their other stuff. I was there all the time.
Yeah, I lived 2 blocks from the Battlefield Mall, and that's where I feel like a lot of my good social skills came into.
That's
Like, I've learned them
it's a
there.
huge
Well, I
mall.
think, a
Yeah.
place like the Chesterfield Mall's closed, so now the people that would have gone there are now in West County.
Crestwood's gone.
Right.
Jamestown gone. North County gone. Gone.
Now the people that would have gone there are now going to the malls that are open. Even the little kiosks in the middle of the floor, those are packed.
Well, that's
They
'cause
got important stuff on those.
Well, they got samples. Let me show you this. Here, let me rub your hands for you. Ooh.
Hey, did you see this little helicopter thing? I can make it fly in the air, and it'll come back to me.
Yeah, look at that.
I'll stare at those for an extra few
Sure,
seconds.
sure. So I just, did my laps, and then, ooh, my hip's hurting. My hip hurts.
Gonna go sit in the car
Gonna
while it's
go-
running.
No, I was gonna do that, but then
What'd you do?
I didn't want to try to explain like where I am.
Did you go get a pretzel?
Line was huge, huge,
Yeah.
huge.
It goes quick though. To be fair, at least there.
Huge. No, I sat on the couch outside the Apple store
Okay.
Strategic.
and waited for them to finish. Waited for the girls to finish. And then we left. No, even the line for the pretzels. Huge.
Auntie Anne's. Hey, while you were sitting down sadly on a bench, is that when the Rizz Show audience came and said hi to you?
There were a couple happy birthdays as I was sitting on the bench.
That's so sad. Like, are they
Why
like,
is that sad?
I don't know. Rizz is by himself.
I wasn't frowning.
You were on your phone?
Yeah.
Sad Mac. I don't know. I just think it'd be sad to see you sitting there with your phone.
There was nothing about my body language that said this man is sad.
Were you like, how were you sitting? Like, you were up? Were you leaned?
I was
Were you
leaned back. I was
toilet
comfortable.
stance? Like you had your elbows on your knees?
No,
and
my
really
legs
going that
crossed.
way? Legs crossed. Nice.
Yeah, I had like a total
Okay.
relaxed
Relaxed Rizz.
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 No,
lax.
I started to get into. I was looking at the news and trying to think about. We got work tomorrow. Let me start catching up on some of these news stories from the weekend, and it was great.
Good.
I didn't have any distractions from home, even though I was in the middle of a crowded mall.
Right.
Wow. So you were prepping. People were saying hi to you, and you were working. You
I
were
was
show
working.
prep.
I tell you what, what's fascinating to me, and I'm trying to follow the story. It's the Gypsy Rose Blanchard story.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my kids asked me about this. I don't
Do
know.
you have any idea about, do you know the story?
No, I don't. I forgot. I know my kids were like, "You don't know? This happened and now she's out." And
Well, okay, so there was a documentary back in 2017 called Mommy Dead and Dearest.
okay, yeah, that's right.
Yes,
My daughter
yes,
said
yes,
it was
yes.
Munchausen's by proxy.
Right. Mommy Dead and Dearest, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and her mother, Dee Dee, who lived in Springfield. Mm-hmm. Who lived in Springfield. They moved from New Orleans to Springfield.
Same vibe.
Yes. Well, there's a couple stories here. I guess the house where the mom was murdered out in Springfield. People are just showing up.
Oh.
Dang.
And neighbors are like, hey, this is not like a tourist.
Yeah, this is not okay.
This is not a tourist
You are not okay.
destination. Neighbors are upset over the crowds of tourists descending on the Springfield, Missouri home where Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her ex-boyfriend murdered her mom, Dee Dee. And the house isn't easy to find since it's been repainted. They repainted the house from pink to blue since the murder. And the wheelchair ramp that was there, that's been removed. Neighbors are saying like tourists are like stopping on the street and asking the neighbors like, hey, where's the house? And they're like, get the hell out of here.
Wow.
That's so.
Here, come a little closer. I'll whisper to you.
Yeah.
Get out.
Get the hell out of here. Traffic in an otherwise quiet neighborhood. Have you ever visited a murder scene?
Yes, I have. I've done, actually, speaking of New Orleans, I've done those like female murderer tours. And
Oh, yeah.
I've gone
Okay,
to
but
like,
that's
all
a
those
tour.
places. That's a tour. Yeah.
Were you ever in an area and you went, oh, there's, okay, I'll tell you, I was in Brentwood, California at a restaurant. I said, Brentwood, California, is this where the OJ murders happened, right? And I said, yeah. Yeah, in fact, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were killed about a half mile from here. I go, we got to go.
Wow.
And the person I was with said, why? I said, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the right
I
answer.
don't know.
I just, it's just like, I feel like it's a piece of history. I don't know.
You know, I've admitted to going to Walter White's house, and he was a murderer.
Yeah, that's true. So you have seen.
I don't remember. I don't think anybody was murdered at the house, but I did
No,
go
but
to
just,
the
I mean,
house.
there's a famous murder scene. And we went, and I said, there it is. I go, I got out of the car. And there's no, like, marking. It's not like, it doesn't, there's no.
You are here.
There's no plaque that says, OJ killed 2 people here, allegedly.
There's a glove in the yard, though. You can.
There's just one glove that they leave. Yeah.
No, that was at his house.
Oh.
Oh.
Remember, they were murdered outside her house.
I don't remember. I like don't retain these little facts. Like I mean, it happened and then it's gone. So no, I mean,
I felt like I was drawn to it. Like, we have to go. Why?
yeah.
It's not like you're going to see anything. It's a house. I said, I don't know. I just need to
Feel like you would have
feel like I'm.
regretted not taking a peek while you were in the area.
Maybe because it was such a cultural moment. And
I mean,
yes, tragedy, of course.
Clearly,
Right.
there's a draw to it. People do it. They're doing it in Springfield.
They're doing it in Springfield.
Right.
The neighbors are really pissed about the parking. Like, people are like parking in front of houses. I get it.
Shouldn't Springfield, Missouri be happy people want to come by? I
But
don't
not
know.
for this reason.
Well,
Well,
no.
Well, I
but-
think this town doesn't mind. It's probably the neighborhood there.
I didn't think it would be a big deal until I was on the way there, and the Uber driver or the cab driver was like, "Hey, this happens a lot. Hey, listen, if you're all right with it, I'm going to park across the way." And I was like, "Oh, where Mike always parks?" Like, from the show. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I just don't want to park, in front of the house. And there's like a tree area over here, and you'll have to walk like a half a block." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And that was the first time I thought of, "Oh yeah, I should probably respect this neighborhood and this house."
I'm
know
not
what I
in
mean?
the show right now.
I hadn't
Right.
thought about it. Because it was one of those things. Last minute, like I'm like, wake up. I get off the bus. I'm like, where am I? Albuquerque. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to go see the house.
Walter White stuff. How far is that? Oh, it's only a couple miles. All right, cool. I'll call a cab and see what it is. And then you get there and you go, man, I'm taking a picture of somebody's house. This is weird. But
Yeah.
remember, the gal came out and she was really nice. She's just like, she opens the garage door and goes, "Hey, not planning on jumping the fence, are you?" And I said, "No, ma'am.
No, I just want to
No,
see the
ma'am.
house.
I apologize. Is it okay if I do the photo?" And she said, "Sure. No pizza. Please don't go over the fence." And they built like a 9-foot fence because people were going over the fence to get in the pool.
Yeah. I also visited the Brady Bunch house while I was there.
Now that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
see, that's a good one to visit.
That's another one where the guy was like, we can't stop because the neighbors get really pissed.
Sure. Yeah, I was supposed to go to California last year, and I was looking at places to go, and I wanted to go to the 6 Feet Under house, like the funeral home in the show is a real place in LA. And so I looked that up. So, I mean, that sort of stuff is cool. I don't know. The podcast world has really changed murderers, though, because people get so involved, and then they want to go out and visit all these places where people got hacked. So, like, I'm blaming the podcast on this.
Well, there was no podcasts.
Oh, you don't think? There's
When
no
I went to go visit the OJ murder scene?
Oh, well, back then, yeah. But now...
You wouldn't have been drawn to it? You wouldn't have been
I'm not into that.
Like if somebody would have said to you, we were in a nice restaurant and they said, hey, the OJ murders were about, half a mile from here.
Yeah, I wouldn't...
you wouldn't go, let's go.
No, I wouldn't care about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't get too excited for that stuff.
I'm not sure. I don't think I would at all. But if I were there, I don't know. I'm not in that scenario. And if I were, I don't know.
But see, like I'm into the Limp Mansion and people died there and I want to go there. So it's like I'm weird.
Yeah, but
I'm very
that wasn't
selective.
recent.
Yeah. I guess the closest to this would be the rave up in Milwaukee. It's right by where Dahmer got a lot of his victims.
A lot of his victims.
So you can see the McDonald's and Ambassador, whatever it is.
So do you know?
No, I don't remember
story?
anything. My daughter said, okay, there was a Munchausen by proxy scenario with the mother, supposedly.
Right. So here's what we got. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard grew up with her mom, Dee Dee. The mom made claims about Gypsy's health that resulted in like pretty dire diagnoses from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it was like
and medical interventions.
It was diagnosed Munchausen's.
Yeah, but Gypsy was not. She was healthy.
Okay.
She wasn't actually unwell. Her mom had been lying about symptoms, so she would go to the doctor and say she's got this. She's got these symptoms, and the doctor would go, "Holy cow, she's got whatever," and then treat the symptoms.
The non-existent.
Right. So experts believe Dee Dee's behavior stemmed from the mental disorder Munchausen syndrome by proxy because Dee Dee wanted to be a caretaker. The truth about Gypsy and her mom only came out after Gypsy arranged for an online boyfriend to murder her back in 2015.
So an online boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah, because she couldn't leave her house.
Yeah, she couldn't leave her house.
Whoa.
Gypsy was born in 91. As a baby, the mom claimed that she had sleep apnea. When Gypsy was 8, she pretended she had leukemia, pretended she had muscular dystrophy.
Holy smokes.
Said she required a wheelchair and a feeding tube.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we've...
So Dee Dee said she had seizures, asthma, hearing, visual impairments.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you trust your parents, so I'm sure she believed all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's what's so messed up about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, boy.
She had to sleep using a breathing machine. She also went through surgeries, including procedures on her eyes. She had her salivary glands removed.
What?
She was on so much medication that she didn't need that her teeth rotted out.
I can see that this would this would present a case where a lot of people will be divided.
Right. And that's why it makes the case so, I guess, interesting and intriguing.
Because people are arguing about
like, hey, she was being
the moral implications of reacting to these
like she was being held hostage.
It's almost like a killed or be killed scenario.
So she was on so much medication, and then she had the salivary glands removed, like all her teeth like rotted out.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth was that she could walk. She didn't need a feeding tube. She didn't have cancer. Her head was bald only because the mom shaved her hair off.
So how many doctors were treating things and fooled here? I mean,
so
Springfield's got really good medical facilities.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't live in Springfield.
Thank God. I was to say, because we got good ones.
So that's a good question, though. So medical tests. So she would take the girl to the doctor, and the doctor would go, hey, these tests don't show anything.
Yeah.
Like this is like the test is either inconclusive or contradictory to what the mom was saying. So she would just stop seeing the doctor, and she'd just go to another doctor.
And I guess one would just be like, all right, that's enough.
But I mean, for a doctor to remove someone's salivary glands.
And they're healthy.
Right? I mean.
That's wicked.
Dude, I remember, who knows what it was, 3rd grade, whatever. You fake a sickness because you're just like, you got a new video game, you want to stay home. And my mom, I'm sure, was on to me and was like, fine, we're going to the doctor. And you go to the doctor, I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, I'm feeling terrible. And then they take your temperature. They do like three or four other things. They go, okay, listen, you can go sit in the waiting room. I'm going to talk to your mom for a minute. And then mom comes back out and says, listen, the doctor said, if you don't get better in a day or so, we're gonna have to, maybe do some blood tests or something like that. Something
then
that
you
scares
know
the
the
hell out
jig
of
is
you,
up.
and you go, well, okay,
Oh,
I
the
think
jig
I'm
is
gonna
up.
feel
I'm
better
fine.
tomorrow morning.
Wow, I'm feeling really good.
You know what I mean?
It gets
the
even
doctor
deeper, though. It gets even
typically is
deeper
gonna see
because-
through your crap.
Because the mom, Dee Dee, had some kind of nursing training.
Oh,
So she
really
was
throwing 'em
able
off.
to, describe symptoms accurately that somebody without training would. And she also gave her medications to mimic what symptoms. Dude, this
Wow.
is
All
such
out.
a deep.
Child abuse. This is just deep child
100%.
abuse. Yeah.
And the woman was charming, and she seemed to be always doting on her daughter.
Yeah. Did you have fundraisers and stuff too?
Fundraisers.
Yeah. Awful.
When Gypsy was old enough to talk, Dee Dee instructed her not to volunteer information during the appointments. Like, hey, don't talk. She was always the one talking about what was wrong. Even the father was estranged, but the mom was in touch with the dad and convinced the dad that she had like some kind of chromosomal disorder.
Wow.
So she also claimed to be a victim of Hurricane Katrina.
The mom did?
The mom did.
Wow.
So she and Gypsy received assistance to relocate from Louisiana to
Springfield.
Yeah, because that's one of the towns where a lot of people relocated.
Right.
Yeah.
Habitat for Humanity built them a house.
Oh, okay.
And now in Springfield, she continued to bring, Gypsy to the doctor's appointments. Hurricane Katrina also provided an excuse for the missing medical files. Like, hey, we don't have any files because they were destroyed in the hurricane.
What?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so in 2008, they moved to Springfield in this house built by Habitat for Humanity. It was painted pink. The house was pink. Mm-hmm. That's why people are in Springfield now looking for the pink house. They had a wheelchair ramp built for them, all free. They also received benefits that included, charity-sponsored visits to Disney. All along, Dee Dee was the caregiver and was basking in the attention she got for being the devoted mom, so there for her daughter.
Gosh.
So when Gypsy was 14, a neurologist here in Missouri who came to believe, like, hey, this mom is wacky, and this Munchausen by proxy thing is a real thing. The doctor never reported it to anybody.
Wow.
What?
The doctor never reported her case to the authorities. In later interviews, the doctor said they didn't think there was enough evidence to kind of do anything.
Isn't just the idea enough to do some kind of investigation?
Yeah, man. I was a crazy person kid, so I was throwing myself down every hill if it was raining or snowing or whatever, and I had a lot of stitches in my face. And you know what they did? Like the second or third time I was in there, they interviewed my parents to make sure they weren't beating me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was serious business. Like, oh, this is the third time we've seen this kid in 6 months with a gash in his face that we got to sew up. We're going to investigate. And they did.
Yeah.
As they should have. And,
So
my parents just squeaked by.
As the daughter got older, the mom started to lie about the age so far as to alter the dates on her birth certificate to make her daughter seem younger. But Gypsy, getting older was becoming harder for the mom to control. So in 2011, Gypsy ran away, tried to get away with the guy. She tried to run away with a guy she met at a science fiction convention. But Dee Dee tracked him down. She convinced the guy that Gypsy was a minor, although she was actually 19.
Wow.
And then, the mom smashed the computer, physically restrained her to bed.
So before she, plotted to have her mom murdered, she did try to escape without
She did try
murder.
to escape. And then she said that her mom would sometimes hit her and deny her food. And then she eventually got back online. She joined a Christian dating site where she met this Nicholas Gojan guy. She told him, confided in him, like, hey, this is what's going on. She ended up asking him to kill the mom so they could be together. In June of 2015, he came to the house, stabbed Dee Dee while Gypsy waited in the car. Oh, I'm sorry, she was in the bathroom with her ears covered.
Wow.
Holy
And they
smokes.
drove back to Wisconsin to his house where police found her. Gypsy had posted twice on her Facebook that she, wrote, that bitch is dead.
I mean, she's been so abused. I mean, it's like, it's awful, right? Like, I wish it didn't have to come down to murder, but like in certain ways, this was like self-defense. Like she could, I mean, I hate that the guy that did all this, you know, like a lot of people in the chat are lighting us up. Like, she's a celebrity now, but the guy who actually committed the murder,
he's in jail for life.
He's in jail for life.
He got life.
You know?
But is that self-defense? That's an interesting.
I mean, if she would have murdered her own mom,
You're saying
that's
he's
self-defense.
He's a hero to her,
right.
But he's also saved her
murderer.
life.
but
Right.
yeah, whoa.
Well, he saved
I
the
can
girl's
see how
life.
this would divide our society.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is confusing.
So he was found guilty of first-degree murder back in 2018. He's life in prison. She pled guilty to second-degree murder, sentenced to 10 years, served 85%. She was let go, let out December 28th.
Right.
So now she's out.
And apparently on tour, according to the chat.
Because remember, I don't know when she got out, her whole thing was she was let out on a Friday or something, or Thursday or Friday. She was going to the Chiefs game and wanted to meet Taylor Swift.
Oh.
That was, she wanted to get out,
Got my
go to a
priorities
Chiefs
straight.
game and go meet Taylor Swift. But the state was like, nope, the condition of your getting out is you need to leave Missouri. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, and this is what kind of got me going yesterday, the story is right? That's a wild story.
Yeah.
That's a wild one.
Yeah, man, that's a lot to soak in, too, before you fall on.
She's married.
She's
How?
married.
To who?
While in jail?
She got married to a random guy while she was in jail.
Somebody who maybe was obsessed with this story and like, you know, how that happens.
Yeah, right.
The guy's name is Ryan Scott Anderson. Asked Gypsy Rose Blanchard to marry him while she was in prison. This is back in 2022. I guess she's got like
So not
she's
even
now
that
got
long
like a
ago.
show. Like it's called The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Like she's cashing in. He was a teacher from Louisiana. I don't know if they started as like pen pals or whatever.
But they got married in 2022. That's not long. That's not long ago.
No, and now he's what? But what would make somebody want to marry an inmate? I don't know.
Well, I guess if you also maybe it's one of those you know how people want to take care of somebody and they want to be their savior kind of thing almost, where you go into you find somebody that's
I can
really
see that.
broken, you're like, I could fix this person and help them and change their life. So maybe that's where he's at.
Somebody in the
Could
chat
be.
says she married a teacher.
Yeah, from Louisiana. I guess he
missed that.
during his third visit to see her, she was at Chillicothe Correctional Center.
Okay.
Is that how you say that, Chillicothe?
Yeah, Chillicothe.
So that's where she was. That's where she was doing her time. The third visit, he bought an engagement ring.
Wow. I mean, a cool thing marrying a teacher, you always get free apples. You don't have to buy
Good
those
point,
anymore.
Scott.
Thank you.
He says their chemistry was electric. She looked cute with her makeup done. He knew he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. That's when he popped the question.
Oh.
So he's been by her side ever since she got out, and she's defending him online.
Wait, so
Hey, this marriage is not weird. He's a good guy.
I hope
Everybody's
she's
jealous.
in therapy and getting some help. I mean, she needs so much, and I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's getting therapy for all of this. Because, I mean, this whole experience, if you think about it from start to finish, like, what a messed up experience is your first real embarkment on life. And now she's on her own, you know.
And who knew there was a murderer section on ChristianMingle.com?
Right?
Yeah, I guess I didn't pay for the upgrade.
Man. Like that was, I mean, you just right through that.
Yeah, but I want to know what's with this guy. I want to know what's with this guy.
You think,
Gypsy came to, defend the husband to the haters. Quote, besides, they're jealous because you're rocking my world every night. Yeah, I said it. The D is fire.
What?
Was
That's what she said?
That's what she
Was
said.
that a Rizz quote?
The D, no.
What? You being
quote,
serious?
The D is fire.
Has she ever had sex before? Probably not. So, I mean, this is like all new to her. Is that what we're talking about right now?
No, she probably had sex with the other guy.
You think?
The guy that murdered the husband,
was like-
the murdered the mom.
They didn't get to see each other at all.
Maybe it was a, you get this when you do that.
Right.
Well, remember she was
Christian mingle. No sex before marriage.
with the guy when he murdered the husband, or
Yeah.
murdered the mom. The D is fire.
Let's
Good
see.
for him.
While still serving a sentence, married in July, weren't allowed to consummate their marriage at the time at the facility because they did not allow conjugal visits.
Yeah.
I'm not going to that facility.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to be housed there.
No.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, what's up with this guy?
I need to see if people are saying that the dude
no.
looks like her mom.
He's got a He's got a sweet Adidas jacket.
Yep. It can't be too bad.
No toggles though. Need to add some toggles.
Sometimes people marry people that they look similar to. I've kind of noticed that with some friends. Like, I'm like, you guys are kind of looking the same.
Oh yeah.
And they kind of look the same.
I'm very.
You think you look the
very
same as Tim?
attractive.
I think we're morphing into each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
know.
my wife and I have morphed into each other.
Yeah. Maybe my wife and I too. But I knew somebody too that got married, and everybody around was like, "Man, y'all should check the DNA records because
Right.
they
Oh,
look
man.
like siblings."
Oh no.
It's super
Oh, yeah.
weird.
Well, with somebody who's adopted.
Oh yeah.
You.
But believe me, that was something. That was the first question anytime I met somebody.
That's a legit
that was a love
concern.
interest. Like, hey man, who are your parents? Where are they from? How old are they?
Yeah, is this a guy?
Where
that
were
knew
they
he-
around March 1981?
I mean, obviously, the first thought is, hey, is this guy looking to cash in? You know, as soon as she gets out, she's going to be all over the place.
What about the guy who committed the murder? I mean, they're like, what is that relationship now? Like, I mean, he has to be feeling, awful.
I got a feeling his
think.
letters are going unanswered.
Yeah, he's doing life.
Yeah.
He's got life. She's got a reality show. She had cameras following her as soon as she got out of jail.
That's exactly what somebody needs in that situation.
I mean, there's a part, I'm glad that she's free. I'm glad that
Yeah.
abuse is over. I just want to say that aloud. Like, I don't, what a life this young lady had, and I'm glad that part is over. So, but yeah, the weirdness around it, like the guy, the teacher, I'm like, I want to know how the guy who committed the murder, what's up with him right now?
Why don't you do a deep dive?
Apparently, the whole
podcast.
chat has done a deep dive because they got all sorts of details on this.
Give him
Yeah,
to me.
I can't believe you didn't really know about this case. It's wild.
No.
Especially since it's somewhat kind of
Local.
regional.
Right.
and they had that big show on Hulu or something.
The documentary.
Yeah.
The Mommy,
Couple
Dead, and
years
Dearest.
ago.
On,
Yeah.
Aaron on the chat says, I'm completely shocked that she's allowed to be on social media while on parole, considering that that's how she met the murderer.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, you hear of restrictions that sound like standard restrictions for people on parole, especially for second-degree murder. But it doesn't seem to be the obvious ones here. But what do I know? Again, this is all new to me. There's a lot to soak in.
Yeah. So I was kind of sitting at the mall reading up about the case. Also saw the story over the weekend. If you flew over the weekend, you may have seen long lines at customer service because the FAA grounded more than 100 Boeing 737 MAX planes after a hole broke open in one in midair.
This is wild.
Yep.
So on Friday, an Alaskan Airlines flight returned to Portland, Oregon, soon after takeoff after a big piece of the side of the plane broke off. They say it was like a refrigerator-sized hole. Technically, this was the, quote, mid-cabin door plug.
Mid-cabin door plug.
Yeah,
Oh, I think my buddy was on this flight, by the way. Where was it going?
It was going, I don't know where it was going.
It was like Oregon.
It took off in Portland.
Did he pay for the
Oregon.
upgrade to
No, I think it
be
was
in those rows
I
there?
think it was some of the guys from MXPX.
So it's an optional emergency exit that could be added, which is the mid-cabin door plug. But this plane had it permanently plugged so that it just looked like a normal side panel with a window. But that's what apparently failed. The cabin became depressurized. Oxygen masks start dropping. The pilot asked for an emergency landing. It was
Man.
successful. All 6 crew members, 171 passengers on board were fine.
How
A couple
long-
minor injuries, nothing serious.
How long into the flight?
Not long.
Yeah, I mean, if this happened right away, I feel like that would be less of a panic for me. If something happened that made the oxygen mask drop, and I felt like the plane wasn't tilting in some weird manner, man, I'd be like, oh, here we go. Like, this is exciting.
Here's the wild thing.
Dang.
This is terrifying.
It's in a row. Like it's
Terrifying
in a row.
for sure, but-
like so, if I got the window seat,
Yeah, you pay
and
for
then
the
it's
upgrade.
gone,
Yep.
and then the side is gone.
But one thing I take away from this is in the movie, if the slightest crack happens in a window, it sucks up half of the people on the plane.
Yeah, everybody goes.
It was kind of
flying.
neat to see that doesn't happen.
There's a video?
Yeah, there's a video because do you see this? One of the flight attendants, he was going over there, like standing next to where it was. Like he walked over.
Well, and somebody said their phone got sucked out. The casualty was the phone.
Holy smokes.
I'm just glad that the masks dropped. Like, I always wonder if that actually works.
And here's the crazy part is, who knows what would happen had somebody been sitting there? The people that were supposed to be sitting in that row, for some reason, weren't on the flight.
That's amazing.
Gosh, thank you.
I'm a window seat guy too, man. You know that.
Wow. I didn't know that
People
detail. That's cool.
that were supposed to be sitting there did not show up. So in response to all this, the FAA grounded all Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircraft for additional inspections.
Whoa. Look at that, dude. Like they're turning and you can.
I like how still everyone is.
Yeah, everybody's like,
Oh,
Yeah, everybody's
petrified.
frozen.
Yeah.
I hope the bolts hold my seat down. Dude,
So
that's
this is
I would
this-
still ask
so
for
they
some
grounded all the
water.
planes. This is precautionary, but it's worth pointing out that these are the same planes that were in the news 5 years ago.
They're having a good
Back
time.
in 2018 and 2019, shortly after being introduced, two Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes crashed, killing everybody on board. One was the Indonesian flight. The other was an Ethiopian flight.
You see that the flight attendant walking around?
yeah.
I thought for sure, because every movie I've ever seen, you're gone if you're not even close
Yeah,
to
but
I
being.
you know,
think it has
they
to do with the speed and the altitude.
They could drop down altitude really quick.
Okay.
So the safety issues in those cases had nothing to do with the plug door problems, and the 737 MAX planes have had an excellent safety record over the past couple of years. So it sounds like some of these planes could be cleared to return to the air soon, but others may take weeks to go through protocols. In any event, the grounded planes caused hundreds of flight cancellations over the weekend. And by the way, they are still looking for the piece of the plane that fell off in Oregon.
Whoa.
So
Oh, great.
It's
Where'd
where
that go?
it's where DB Cooper's money is.
Yeah.
Did you see, so I don't know if you said this, but they had just reached 16,000 feet.
okay, so they
so
weren't
they're
at,
halfway.
so they were not at max.
Yeah.
Yep, halfway up.
Okay.
They were halfway up. Here's
That's nice.
And here's where it happened. Look. Like this, and then they went
Yeah, they
down
weren't-
south. They circled down, went south of Portland, so they were out of city limits, kind of over, whatever this
That's
area
Yeti
is.
country.
And then lost a door,
I
circled
hope they
back.
didn't
Yeah.
hit a Yeti.
Way to go, pilot.
So it sounds like it was maybe been like 10, 15 minutes into the flight because by the time it landed, it was a half hour.
Well, yeah, I mean, they hit, 10,000 and 30,000 feet pretty quick.
Here's the passenger talking about it.
It was about as wide as a refrigerator and about as high as 2/3 of a refrigerator in height. There was a really loud bang towards the left rear of the plane and a whooshing noise, and all the air masks dropped. Just kind of sit there. It's not anything I have any control over, and it's just wait and see what happens.
Okay, wait and see what happens. Guy's pretty calm.
Listen, man, like I said, if that happened, I'd be freaking out. But I mean, obviously, I would realize that. Oh, cool! I'm freaking out because I'm freaking out in my chair, and I haven't been sucked out yet. And this is great. And man, I'm glad I'm not over an ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, if anything's going to happen, please have it happen in the first 15 minutes so we can circle on back, slow the plane down. I don't know, man. That's
Oh, everybody says a couple people are talking about the burnt toast theory.
about.
What is that?
Have you heard of the burnt toast theory? I want to get the wording right.
Burnt toast theory. When you smell burnt toast, you're having a heart attack? What is it?
It is embracing the bad things that happen because there's usually a good reason for it.
The burnt toaster is a way of reframing life's inconveniences and failures with the belief that everything that happens is a part of a bigger plan for your life. What are they saying? That's my vibe?
I guess so.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to live the coolest life.
Okay.
I know, man.
All right.
I'm just trying not to get sucked out of this airplane hole.
Yep,
All right.
yep.
Somebody on the instant feedback says a kid was sitting in the middle of the seat and his shirt got
Oh, yeah, I saw.
What?
I didn't
his
see if
shirt
that
got
was,
sucked off. I don't know if that's
I don't
true.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that anywhere. Man. And this after the all the details came out about how Alaska was the second safest airline.
No, it was on time.
Well, no, yeah, it was the second best of the year, and it was because fewest complaints, most on time stuff, safety something or other, and there was like 4 or 5 different metrics.
Well,
But it's really cool to see that this can happen, and the pilots, everybody that were in charge there, the fact they got everyone down safely and nothing really crazy happened is amazing.
That is amazing.
I was going to Ontario.
Oh, then it wasn't them then. Maybe it just disrupted their flights. They posted about something.
Another big story over the weekend that I saw, there is a temporary new exhibit at a huge Bass Pro Shop in Leeds, Alabama. If you go to the aquarium, you might see a naked man swimming with the fishes.
I got tagged in this so much by our audience this weekend.
Well, because we love Bass Pro Shop.
And we love naked people in
and
public
we love
getting arrested.
naked people. This actually happened last Thursday night. A 42-year-old guy, George Owens, crashed his car into a pole in the parking lot at the Bass Pro Shop.
Off to a good start.
Got out of his car, stripped off all his clothes, got completely naked, ran into the store, and did a cannonball right into the aquarium.
This man.
Does seem fun. We've all seen those wrecks on NASCAR where, the fuel's so hot you can't see the flames, so they're taking off their...
Yeah, I'm on fire.
Maybe that's what he was doing. He's just trying to get out of that.
No, he later walked over and stood under a waterfall.
As you do.
It's right next to the deer, too. You see that?
Yeah, naturally, the other shoppers were stunned. Police showed up, and before they caught him, he jumped into the water a second time and then slipped, fell, and then knocked himself unconscious.
Golly.
Yeah, I saw the end of that second video.
Knocked himself out.
Yeah, and he hits hard. Because that wall, it's what?
It's high.
7-8 feet up.
Yeah.
And then there's like rock kind of structure underneath it. This dude tries to slip out of that like fish style and just goes whoop and lands straight on his forehead, dude. Boop.
Yep, out, unconscious.
Was this like a bass aquarium? Like, who else is in there with this guy? Turtles?
Yeah, it's not the crocodile one.
Yeah.
They got a lot of fish in there. In fact, when we stayed overnight at the Bass Pro Shop in St. Peter's, or is it St. Charles? I'm sorry, St. Charles.
Thank you.
They let us fish.
Yeah, they let us fish.
That's freshwater, that one.
We took the barbs out.
Yeah, no hooks.
Nice.
But they'll let us drop a line in.
Lures,
I thought it was weird they let us do dynamite fishing in there.
Yeah.
God, it was so fun. It was so fun.
So they're not sure if this guy was on something or he had some kind of mental breakdown, but he was evaluated at a hospital for mental issues and then booked into the jail.
Listen, man, there's a lot of people going through a lot of weird, crazy stuff around us. And when you say the people at the Bass Pro were shocked when someone jumped
Stunned.
in, what are you talking about? This is like the 19th guy in the last 20 years to do this. I would never be shocked to see that. I'd be excited that I'm here for it.
I felt like I hit the lotto.
I feel like the guy only had a merkin on because you couldn't see his penis at all. So I wanted to know where that was.
It's cold.
I clicked the link.
Cold.
And the deer was staring right at him.
I know it looked like he had an innie.
Yeah. I clicked on it just to know what's going on.
Did you zoom in?
Yeah,
And
still couldn't see anything. It got all
and
pixelated. It was just a mess.
Zoomed even farther in. She can't zoom in no more.
Nope.
We still can't find his penis. It's cold. And shrinkage is a real thing.
How do you know it's maybe it was a tempered...
I hope they checked the bottom of the tank. Maybe it's down there.
He was
Maybe
nervous.
It is.
He was nervous. People were watching.
I don't think he was
watching.
nervous.
The fish
It was
were watching.
slammed right up against the window.
He just got in
that.
a crash, too, so maybe it pushed it all back in.
Shrinkage is a real thing. In fact, there was an episode of Seinfeld about it.
I don't know if you saw the end. So he was knocked out, and they went over and they put cuffs on the knocked out guy. And then after he kind of comes to, remember he's face down, wiener down, and it's it's like a buffed concrete floor, right? But it's concrete.
Yeah.
And they take his hands like this. Oh, okay, so his hands are behind his back, and they're handcuffed. They take his hands up to drag him, so they're dragging him, weaned down on the concrete. They're dragging wean.
Maybe that's protocol. We don't know.
I mean, wasn't that wild?
Yeah.
Like they were dragging a fish, like you see, like.
Well, let me say this: there was nothing to obstruct, so it wasn't like. It was just like a.
He was sliding pretty well. There was no friction.
Oh, so everybody's saying they found the piece of the airplane in somebody's backyard.
Oh,
along with a whole bunch
Donnie
of cell phones.
Darko.
Along with cell phones. Because people's cell phones were getting sucked out of their hands.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy in the Bass Pro Shop, public lewdness, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, criminal mischief, reckless endangerment.
And female disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That is a
To add
bad
insult to
crime.
injury.
Wow,
You gotta
yeah.
make fun of his penis,
Hey,
huh?
you know what? You're going to put it out there. What do you expect? Okay.
Might I recommend Manscaped for
Some
him
body
as well.
positivity. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
Some equal
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
We've all had the thought, oh, maybe I'll do a cannonball naked into this Bass Pro Aquarium.
I think he may have had a mental breakdown.
I'm not going to comment
Probably
on
over a
body.
small penis.
Not going to comment. All this show does is comment on bodies. What are we talking about? We comment on our own bodies, on everybody else's body. Don't shame me right now. I'm just adding to the flavor.
I'm not shaming you.
We all have body positivity.
That's right.
Have you ever, were you a babysitter when you were a teenager?
Yeah, of course. Babysat Favaz's kids. Or kid, Karen.
Yeah, but I mean, that you did that as an adult. Did you pick up a babysitting job as a teenage girl?
Yeah, I used to babysit these kids that lived down the street from us. Yeah.
Do you remember how much you were paid?
Like $20 for like a couple hours.
I don't know. Give it up for the babysitters out there. Thank God we're past that phase.
Oh, you guys?
Oh, yeah. When your kids are old enough finally to be able to
watch themselves.
All right, we're going out to dinner with some friends on Saturday night. It was great.
Yeah, that's cool. We don't really do that. We just don't do it.
Go out to dinner?
Or have
Go
friends.
anywhere. Yeah, we just don't leave. We don't leave the house without the kids, really.
It is a nice home, man.
Yeah, we like it.
I see enough of them.
Yeah, just not.
It's adult time.
It's not like we're intentionally not doing that. We just don't think about that.
We went to Annie Gunn's.
Oh,
I know, right?
Thanks for the invite.
I know,
fair.
right?
I'd
No,
have left the kids for that.
Golly. That's the...
My buddy Mike got one of those nooks.
Oh, yeah.
We sat in the nook. Remember we sat in
Yeah,
the nook?
it's a little private
Those
room.
are
Feel
also
like a Peaky
private room.
Blinder in there, bruh.
A couple other couples sat in the little nook.
Nice.
All right, kids, we're going out. Oh, no, you're not going out. Your mother and I. I said, we're going to dinner. Annie Gunn's. Hey, not
right.
you.
Oh.
You could DoorDash Five Guys.
Lucky.
You could DoorDash Five Guys and get a soggy hamburger. Your mother and I are going. Your mother and I are going out to have a couple martinis and a nice steak at Annie Gunn's.
Fancy.
Yeah, get the wet fries.
Now I bring up babysitting because I was reading this story of this babysitter. He says my friend babysits a 4-year-old for a family, and the friend has run into a constant problem. The kid is always sick. Like the babysitter's got to watch a sick kid.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
And as a result, the babysitter keeps getting sick. Most recently, the kid had the flu, high fever for days. The parents chose to go to work instead of staying home with the kid.
Maybe they had to go to work.
Instead of staying home, I don't know. It's a weird. The reason I bring it up is what's the right thing to do?
the right thing to do is one of you has to stay home. You got a sick kid.
That's what my first thought was.
You got a sick kid. You can't take the kid to daycare. You can't take the kid to school.
Well, the whole thing. Do you call the babysitter in? Now you're going to get the babysitter
You
sick.
can't call the babysitter in. The kid is sick.
Yeah,
right.
well, do you get there isn't like bonus vacation days. You got to take sick days of your own to take care of your sick
part
kid.
of the risk.
Happens. That is what happens as a parent. That's
the sacrifices
you got to
make.
roll. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are your options?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, what's up with their job? Like, we're acting like, oh, they're calling the babysitter. How terrible of these parents. But, like, maybe they didn't have any more paid time off or sick days.
Yeah, I'm going with the terrible parents part.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go the other side.
But you're endangering someone else. You can't. Someone else doesn't have to pay the price. You have to pay the price.
I don't know. I feel like my mom always worked. Like, I had to go to my babysitter's house when my mom, she didn't stay home with me too often. Like, I didn't come from a family like that.
So I'm asking you as a babysitter when you were a teenage girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention as you get there, Lil Thatcher's got the flu. See ya.
Yeah. Or you make listen, if you just absolutely can't, then you say, hey, kid's sick with the flu. I know that's a risk. Your pay is doubled. Are you down? If not, then you find somebody that will do it, or you have to stay home.
Like, I remember my mom dropping me off at my grandmother's house. Like, she still had to go to work, and like, hey, Lauren's sick, tough S, and my grandma would have to deal with me.
Yeah.
Relatives a little different. I mean,
yeah, I think so.
Maybe because they can say no, and what are you going to do? Kick them out of the family? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought the parents here were a-holes.
I think so too. I think the expectation to pay the babysitter as a normal job to take care of a kid in a non-normal situation that's sick and putting you at risk.
I guess
putting your family at risk.
Is it wrong to ask them, though? Be like, hey, is there a chance you want to do this? The kid's sick.
I'm not sure it's ever wrong to ask.
Okay.
But to expect is, I think that's absurd, right? Am I crazy?
No, I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying a lot of people don't have the option. People are like, I got to keep working. I don't have...
Yeah, what parent doesn't have a nanny that lives there 24/7?
I know.
That's weird.
I know, right?
Come on.
Like Brianna in the chat says, I'm a single mom, staying home with my kids and not going to work is such a hard thing to deal with.
Okay, so Brianna, what would you do?
Right.
Your kid has the flu. Do you put the babysitter? I mean, I guess you have the conversation like, hey, I hope you don't mind. Kid's got the flu.
I like the paying double, though. Because, like, that would be, you know, you wear a mask and hope you don't get the flu.
Yeah, come in. I'll buy you gloves and masks and all that kind of stuff and do your thing. But the kid needs to be watched, and I'm out of options. Here's the offer.
If you're around kids, you're getting sick all the time.
That is something you kind of know. Like if you, especially the church nursery, that's the germ nursery,
man.
bro. Germ nursery.
You got to have one hell of an immune system.
Yeah.
Brianna says she's got a huge family support system, so she's exceptional.
So Grandma will come over.
You find a way. Life finds a way.
Life finds a way. Jurassic Park.
Yeah, just weird that parents choose work and not to stay home with the sick kid. I don't know. But how much? You remember how much you got paid?
Like $20.
$20
$20 an hour?
I think I got paid $20 for 2 hours. So $10.
Yeah, $10 an hour. I think that's what I got too. It was like $8 or $10 an hour, and which was, I mean, you know, I was early teen or maybe even like 12 years old. I was rich.
I looked up how much you're, and obviously there are a bunch of different factors involved. Sitter's experience, number of kids, any additional responsibilities. Did you have to cook for the kids?
No. Like make a sandwich maybe, but never like cook anything.
I always got upset when we came home and there were dishes in the sink.
I didn't mind cleaning.
How dare.
No, you couldn't put it in the dishwasher. I get it. It's just me. Because usually I come home hammered, right? Am I right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Am I right?
I didn't mind cleaning up the house. Like that was the thing that I love cleaning. So like their house, they came home, it was spotless. Everything was good. Dishes were done. Whatever the kids messed up was
We've had
done.
babysitters like that. Like you get home, like things are in better shape than when you left it.
I kind of thought that was part of the
deal.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid, I got to babysit a few times, and it was kind of like that too, where you're like, ooh, I got to pick everything up, and if I move the remote, I got to put it right back to where it was. Like I can't leave anything out.
Surprisingly, I was never asked to babysit anybody.
Really?
But that also came, you probably worked in the church nursery too. Like if you're working at the church nursery, you're used to like, all right, listen, you entertain the kids for an hour and then you clean up when they leave.
Yeah, when you put them to bed, you clean it up.
So there's like a standard of like cleaning up after yourself.
I also feel like you guys would be ones to volunteer to do it. Like, oh, you're going out, I'll watch your kid if you need. I never volunteered.
Do you think we volunteered?
I don't know.
I just always saw the money.
down.
When I was a teenager, it was, you have opportunity, and you're like, hey, I'll give you $40 or $50. You're like, heck yeah.
Wow.
Nothing's worth that.
Yeah, it only happened a couple times. And, my parents were my
Watch other
booking.
people's kids.
My parents were my agents, my booking agents. And
Yeah, that's
they
how
would say,
mine-
hey, the neighbor behind us wants to go out and wants you guys to watch the kids.
Well,
if
you
that's
better
all right,
find
bro."
somebody else.
No, I was like, how much does it pay? Is there money? Sure.
I
I'll
never
do
put
it.
myself out there as an available babysitter.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, it was great. You're like a 13-year-old kid, and somebody says, hey, will you play with the neighbor's kids for like 2 hours?
It was the
Are
best.
you sure you
And
don't
we'll
need
give
your
you-
lawn mowed?
And we'll give you $20. Like, oh, sure. Great. I'll go and play with their
Do you need
toys.
anything painted for the same amount of money?
Painted? Are you crazy? That's the worst.
I'd rather do that.
No way.
How much do you think a babysitter should get in 2024?
An hour?
An hour.
Depends on the
we'll go
gig. These gigs are very different.
Teens or beginners? Teens or beginners, how much per hour? I'll
For a
tell you
beginner?
the guidelines.
Are we talking about a full day? Are we talking about a nap age
Per
kid?
hour.
I'm telling you, it should matter.
Yeah,
4-year-old. Let's
Because
say
what I was doing is I was playing with like a 6 or 7-year-old, and I could go out and play kickball for 2
Let's
hours,
say
and then their parents are
4-year-old.
home. A 4-year-old. Okay, so we're talking possible nap. We're talking about all day, a work day here.
Yeah, let's say 5 hours.
5 hours.
Ooh, boy.
5 hours, a night out. So you probably have to put the kid to bed. That was the one thing. I would say my wife would walk out first. Okay, we'll be back. 11:30 midnight, and I would say before we left, I go, these kids better be asleep. By the time I get home.
5 hours.
The fear of death in these babysitters.
5 hours in a bedtime.
These kids better be sound asleep.
Yeah.
1 to 2 kids, $15 an hour. You get $75.
75 for the 5 hours?
Or
75
hour.
for the 5 hours. It's $15 an hour. You get $75. 5 hours putting in bed. 4-year-old, and we'll say one other kid max.
Fair.
After 2 kids, I'm going to say
that
price
is
goes
entry
up.
level fare.
All right.
Okay.
10 to 15 an hour. 10 to 15 bucks an hour for an entry level babysitter, like a teenager or beginner. An experienced babysitter will get between 15 and 25.
Should you have to pay your kids who are the oldest to watch your kid,
No.
the smallest?
No, maybe you'll do something special for them, but
Give them pizza. They'll be excited.
You're already paying them.
Yeah. I remember when I was out in LA, I was so bummed I was a guy, not a female, because all my friends that were gals usually got jobs babysitting someone out there, and the pay was just ridiculous. It might be like one night and you get $500-600 just to
Dang.
sit around for a couple hours, and it's absurd.
Yeah, there's some sweet
There's
gigs.
some good money in that.
My kids have deals with their friends and their neighborhood friends where they pet sit. So like one of our neighbors just went on vacation. My daughter was taking care of their animals. I don't remember what the deal was, but she enjoyed it. Made a couple bucks.
Yeah, I got the baby or pet sit, I guess, a few times out there, and I made really good money on that. It was a few hundred.
I used to pet
And
sit
it was-
my girlfriend's pug for free,
Yeah.
and my other friend's pit bull, because it was just so much fun. At least before I had
damn.
cats.
Okay,
A
yeah.
lot
I
of
just wanted-
responsibility, though. In my head, I would be like, this thing's going to die on my watch.
No.
Well, see, I loved it because there's always very nice homes, and they give you we bought everything for the fridge, whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's yours. Here's this. Here's a ton of money. You're like,
This thing,
yeah.
of course, is going to die under my watch,
Yeah,
and I don't want.
he's Deuce Bigelow over here feeding the lionfish.
Yeah.
So if you have like a certified or if you have a certified or like trained babysitter, CPR, first aid, that's $20 to $30 an hour.
Nice. You guys know how to do CPR?
Yeah,
No,
I need to
not-
get retrained.
I need to get trained.
We've talked about it, and there are a lot of people that have volunteered to make it happen for us, and we should
We
probably
should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're supposed to update it. It's like every year or two.
Yeah.
And I don't
Something
think I've
like you
updated
grab
it
their
in
feet
years.
out with the bad, you pull the feet
That's
back, in with the good, out with the bad.
That's it.
Dumb
in
and
with the
Dumber
good.
style.
That's it.
I was watching The Sandlot over the weekend, and
Yes.
when Squints kisses Mrs. Peppercorn or whatever her name is, so good.
Wendy.
Wendy.
So-
Yeah,
awesome.
well, it's funny. I talked to my wife about that. I said, I think the kids would enjoy this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a
You
long
better
time.
watch it though, man, because that's assault. That's assault, brother.
Hey, in the 50s, it wasn't when that kid was little.
I'm just telling you. Every time we say this,
and they
kind
got
of
married
stuff,
at the end, so it's all
They got- yeah, it's all
spoiler
good.
alert.
Somebody
Sorry.
adds us.
All good. All good. Hey, okay, before we move on. All right, normal or nope? Is this normal behavior or nah, that's not normal at all? We've talked about this before, biting a string cheese stick instead of pulling it apart.
Normal,
Totally normal.
Normal.
preferable, in my opinion.
It's quicker.
You think that's normal?
Normal.
I don't think it's normal.
I don't want to put the cheese under my fingernails.
Some people, I know, I get it. Some people also can't wait to eat it, and certainly don't want to think about all the germs that could be on your hands.
Yeah.
It is
Doing
kind of
piece by piece. I get it.
fun to pull it apart like that and get the crunchies. Like, I wonder what that was under my nail. That was yummy.
And it's always like they the string, and there's something kind of sexualized about eating string cheese like that. Like they peel it and then they're down in their mouth. It's like just
I never
bite
thought
that
about
thing and
that.
get it in your belly. What are
Oh,
you
if somebody
doing?
dangles food over their head and puts in, I hate that.
Yeah.
Really,
Sorry about that.
man.
And by the way, I never said the classic, the woman should stay home with the sick kid while the man works. Did I say anything about that?
Not
No,
today.
you said
Not
parent.
today.
No, but I mean, not on air. You didn't say it on air.
I didn't say
Not
it on
this
air.
year.
Not
How
this
dare
morning.
you?
Somebody added you.
Somebody added me. Oh, here we go.
Happy
Woman's got to
Monday.
stay home with the sick kid.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna,
never said anything
You're
about
gonna
that.
hear what you want to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Normal or no peeking out the window to see if your neighbors are outside before walking out the front door?
To see if my neighbors are out there.
Yeah, if anybody's out there. I've done it before.
Yeah, I've had
I'm not proud
neighbors-
of it.
Depends on what I'm wearing. If I'm got short shorts on, big long t-shirt where I look like I have no pants on, then yeah, I'm is anybody out here? I'm gonna offend
Yeah, I lived in
the male.
apartment complex and you get stuck, and some of those people would just have to talk. If they see you.
And that's what I'm talking about.
So I would do that where you kind of look around, you see, and then you quickly go to your car and get out of there.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot of people
sure
walking
I've done that
dogs
too.
and stuff, and we're friendly with all the neighbors.
But sometimes you just don't want to talk.
I just
Yeah,
don't
I'm
feel like
fortunate
getting
now.
into a thing.
Got good neighbors.
So I'm going to do a quick. All right, nobody there. Okay, run out.
Get the mail. Get the mail.
Run out to the mailbox. Get the mail. Run back in.
Jason saw
So we got
me.
new neighbors, and they have 2 dogs. And I have not met the new neighbors yet. My wife has, but they are 2, I think, golden retrievers. Very nice dogs. Our dogs are not thrilled.
Territorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time the 4 dogs are out together, it's bark central. We got to figure this out.
Have they met each other yet?
No.
Like they sniffed their butts? Well, you need to do that. That'll take care of it.
Yeah, we need to figure that out. I have a feeling some of the other neighbors are getting annoyed. Okay, so yes, do you look outside to see if anybody's out there?
Sometimes, yeah. It's
Okay,
normal.
good. Normal. Is it normal to sneak the dog bowls into the dishwasher with your own dirty dishes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneak it
Rinse
in?
them out.
I'm sorry.
Why
not
sneak
sneaking
it in? I thought that
Yeah, I do
was
that. I think that's the
fine.
standard.
We do that all the time.
It depends,
too.
I guess, on how often you're cleaning that bowl, but it should be, every other.
But do you
day
do
or
it on its
something.
own? Because we typically.
No, I put them in
We
with
share the
regular
that dog
dishes.
licks me in the
Same.
face all the time. It's fine.
I even do that with the bowls. This is disgusting. Everybody's going to be upset. Mr. Gray, the stray cat I've been taking care of, and he got in his A-frame house this weekend, which was heated, which I was really excited about.
Wow.
Sometimes the raccoon friends come over and eat the food that I put out, and I rinse those bowls out and put those in the dishwasher. So,
With your dishes, right?
yeah, I'm ultra Hoosier.
No,
And the reason I
it's-
bring it up because I told somebody I do that, and they said, "Ew, gross." Like,
What do you think happens in there? They just
It is gross in theory.
there is a weird.
Sanitized.
Have you noticed that though? How somehow the dog's saliva is just so slick on the bowl when you try to wash it out by hand. It just it seems like it never gets rid of the slickness. You're like,
no,
what is
I
in
mean,
your
I
mouth?
I do put the sanitize on.
Yeah. Everything's good.
I didn't even think it was weird, but somebody said it was weird.
I got rabies now, but who cares?
I didn't think about the raccoon thing. That's. I'd probably
I'll
do
give you a
those
paper
on their
plate if you
own.
ever
I'm
come
not
over.
sure
Don't
why.
worry.
Like, listen, that bowl probably gets way more clean than the cutlery you use at a restaurant that's been in 50,000 mouths.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. Think of the nastiest mouth out there, and that
and
fork.
you have shared a fork with them.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't care what restaurant you're at, Applebee's or Andy Gunn's, it doesn't matter.
Same thing.
Same thing. So is it weird to put the dog bowls in the dishwasher along with your regular dishes? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Just rinse it off. It's all good.
Is it normal to move another shopping cart out of the way when they're hogging all the space and don't consider other people in the grocery store?
Say again?
Are they standing there in front of their cart, or is it one of those where the person's down the aisle and they're not nearby?
Maybe they're a couple steps away, but they're not at the They're not at the handle part.
If they're
in
not
front
at
of
their
the cart,
cart, you
they're in
can
front
move
of the cart. Is it okay to move it?
I've done
would.
it.
I
Yeah.
do it. I ain't got time to fart around for them.
And I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. Like, I just try to,
Yeah.
But I
not
make
be
an
a weirdo.
announcement saying, I'm just getting by.
Yeah. You have to
And-
announce. Absolutely.
I announce it.
And you have $50 in your purse, but just letting you know.
Yeah, if there's a purse in the, I'm not touching
No,
it.
I won't touch the cart if there's a purse there. It's like, nope. But
Yeah.
if there's nothing in there, it's like, yeah.
I feel like it's bait.
It is kind of fun though if there's a kid in there and you push it a few aisles over and you're
Yeah, you don't tell them no. Yeah,
That's not
fun.
funny, man.
No, it's not.
That's what. So you don't have a problem pushing somebody's cart out of the way?
As long as there's not a person in it.
Yeah, but you announce though, I'm just moving your cart.
Yeah, hey.
Trying to
just-
get by.
just-
If you don't mind.
We're cool.
yeah, I mean, it's all in the move. It's all in the gesture. It's not what you're doing; it's how you're doing it.
Yeah, or I'm looking for rigatoni. You're blocking the rigatoni. I need to move your. I
hate when that happens.
I need to move your cart. I'm here for rigatoni.
I was at Schnucks the other day, and this woman and I just couldn't get enough of each other, man. She was blocking me at every damn aisle. We were like laughing about it, and I was like, I'm just living in this woman's world. Like, she just diagonal cart, taking up both lanes,
I hate that.
smiling. I'm like, whatever.
I used to hate that when you get, you realize you're kind of on the same track.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
and you made the mistake because
the
the first aisle you kind of have a little conversation. You're like, hey, well, you have a great day.
Yeah.
And then the next aisle.
Yeah, and the whole time you're like,
all right, dadgummit, now we're doing this.
Should I speed up? Should I slow down? Should I skip cereal today?
I know.
Yeah.
I just got to get out of here.
I'll just leave. I don't really
Well,
need
especially if
anything
it's
in
somebody you know. Like if you see somebody and you're going in opposite directions.
I tell you, I avoid people.
If you saw one of us, would you avoid?
One of you guys,
no,
probably
I would
not.
Oh, okay.
I'd be like, hey! Like, I'd be all excited
But
for
if we
some
were,
reason.
okay, let's say like we met and we were going opposite directions, but yet still working our way down the store. And then every aisle we got to cross each other again. I would turn around and maybe
Well, you just
put
skip.
my cart back and go to another store.
Oh, yeah. Or just go to the other end and backtrack. That way you're only going to cross them
No,
once
you
again.
can't. There's an order to things.
Well, you just reverse the order. Sometimes circumstances require
You always have to go to produce first.
sacrifice.
They tell you that.
Produce
I don't
is
know.
first.
At the grocery store, the only people that I'm really running into are other parents, and the scenario there is, as soon as you see them in an atmosphere, in an environment like this, you realize, oh, I got nothing to talk to you about because we're not at the kids' game or we're not at the whatever for school. So now we have no common thread, and I'd rather not engage here. You know what I mean? Unless it's somebody that you like chatted up and you guys are buds. But most of the time, if it's just another parent of another kid, you see each other and both of you think the same thing. I know that everybody's thinking the same thing. We're thinking like, oh, hey, we should say hey, and hopefully that's all that's needed here, right?
Yeah, and then what happens is then you cut your shopping trip short and you go home and your wife
Forget
goes,
stuff. Oh.
I thought you were going to get peppers. And I couldn't because I saw
Yeah, there was.
Dave.
Cody from the soccer team's dad was there and I couldn't.
I had to get out of
I had to
there.
get out of there.
Well,
I
if
had to bail out.
it's like other kids on the team, like my kids' friends' parents, I would talk to them. I would love to see them and talk to them. But it's like the people you only see at school, here and there that you barely know who they are. Really, those are the ones that I'm always seeing. I never get to see my friends or my kids' friends' parents there. That would be fun.
Well, I'm always like rather unkempt whenever I go to the store. Like I have no makeup on. Like my hair has not been brushed. I got like last night's pants on. Like maybe a bra. Like I don't want to talk to anybody. Like I'm
never
just,
wear a bra to.
I'm the worst
to the
in that
grocery
There's
moment.
an order to shop and you can't start at the frozen food is at the other end. You can't.
Well, what
Again,
about
sacrifice?
You can't do that. You can't get ice cream within the first 10 minutes of shopping.
That's true.
Wow, that's a good point.
Of course, it's a good point. I've thought about this.
Well, then you go.
Well,
back.
you go back because it's exercise. I've done that. It's like I can just go to the other side real quick and then come back. It's exercise.
Let's do this. All right, that's sponsored by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. HotShotsNet.com/Team Rizz from Robertsville, Missouri. Steve Ashley.
Two firsties.
Steve has been a fan of the Rizz Show since 2011 and appreciates how the show stands out on its own from any other morning radio show in St. Louis. Yeah, pretty sad, huh?
It's good.
That's awesome.
He loves that there's never a dull moment of the show, a variety of topics that are discussed every morning. He also appreciates the diversity of the group and how well we blend with each other. Never takes his radio dial off the point. Oh, yeah. Turn it up and rip off the knob. Steve Ashley from Robertsville is our Team Rizz member of the day. Get a super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. Welcome back to the Rizz Show. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ. Show your emails, RizzShow@1057thepoint.com. Sex Time Fun Text coming up. Sex Toy of the Week. I got that for you. Also, we'll play 3 and 5 giveaway Point Fest tickets.
Oh, announcement tomorrow.
Announcement tomorrow. We'll have Point Fest tickets today for you. Also, all right, we got to talk about the Pick'em Challenge because there's going to be some controversy.
Well, I got the numbers.
I mean, I think maybe we should just go over the numbers. Well, keep your eye on sports, by the way, because...
Keep my eye on sports.
Well, you know why? Because today's
I've
the
got
day
one eye on sports.
Today's the day they fire all the coaches.
Oh, good.
So already this morning, Ron Rivera from the Commanders, out, already fired. Arthur Smith from the Falcons, fired.
Wait a minute, is this for real? Like after the playoffs or whatever's
After the
happening?
regular season is over, usually the following Monday, they call it something. Firing Monday.
Firing Monday.
That's why this. I don't know if you heard my computer earlier. Emails were just coming in from all these clubs asking if I'm available next year.
Wow.
I forget what they call it. The Bloody Monday.
Bloody Monday.
Because all the teams that very much underperformed.
They call it Black Monday.
Black Monday. I like Bloody Monday better.
Like Stormy Monday.
Monday, Bloody Monday.
But they, today's a day they usually. Everybody's looking to see what they're going to do with Bill Belichick from the Patriots.
Don't you have a button for that?
You know, I took an online poll yesterday that I had no business even voting in, but I think it was Michelle Smallman from ESPN. She was like, do you think that this is going to be Bill Belichick's last game? And I said, yes. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I voted. And I think
last game for the Patriots, probably.
Yeah.
At least of the season.
And it's, how's he going to go? Is, Robert Kraft going to fire him?
You're fired. And in case your ears are get the out.
I'm sure that's how it's going to go for a couple coaches today.
Yep.
Come in here. Wait, during your massage? Yes.
Let's see. I've got my eye on sports, and as of 8 minutes ago, the Panthers fired their GM, Scott Fitterer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ron Rivera out at the Commanders.
R.I.P. Ron.
Yeah, the Giants fired their special teams coordinator, Thomas McGaha. Let's see. Who'd you say? Arthur Smith.
Art
gone.
Smith from the Falcons, gone.
Josh McDaniels. Let's see. Frank Reich.
That's all for right now.
Yeah, it's already happened.
That's all we know right now. But, there could be some news before the end of the show.
Now, do the coaches go to, who is it, coaches? Do they go to other teams, like, somebody else?
Some will.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like the end-all, be-all. They're just shifting.
Some will. When Belichick's gone, they're saying he may go to another team. Or
Oh my
may
gosh!
just ride off another sunset.
These live updates. If this is your thing, how exciting! Because here's breaking: Commanders head coach Ron Rivera has just started his meeting with owner Josh Harris. He's expected to be released.
Yeah,
but they are like somebody's standing outside offices going, "Oh, here's the news! Here's the news!"
Well, they probably got an insider like, "Hey, Ron Rivera's been called into the office."
Yeah,
within moments we'll find out if he's fired.
They've got sources. The toilet just flushed inside the office of the GM.
You know what that means?
Diarrhea, guys. He's got diarrhea.
Which means he's nervous.
Mood. He's in a bad mood. Stay out of his way. Okay, so Pick'em Challenge, Show versus Fastlane, Week 18. This is it.
I've got the numbers.
So we've got 3 ties. And this is where it's going to play in. So give me Moon, give me the numbers. Let's get the numbers.
Leading your Rizz show.
Just to set it up more. If we won the week.
Okay.
If we win the week, then the ties will play into it.
Then the ties could matter.
Yeah.
The ties could or should matter. So here's how it panned out week 18.
But we have to win this week.
We have to win this week.
In order
I
for
wonder if
that
we
to
won.
even be a
What
scenario.
happened? I wonder.
Well, in the lead on the show, with 13. Great week for Scott Rizzuto.
Yeah, did my job, guys.
Your hero.
How did you do that? Because I wonder.
Yeah, he passed me up too in the ranking. I went from second to
Hang on,
third.
guys. I gotta. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I just recognized.
Yeah.
I stepped up, guys, knowing we had to win the week. I
That
just
hurts.
really
Yes.
carried the team on my back.
We're standing.
Thank you.
In second place, Rafe with 12.
Way to go,
Yeah,
Rafe.
good job,
in the
Rafe.
Bahamas.
In third place, Moon with 11.
Oh,
Way
my
to go, buddy.
goodness.
In fourth place, with 10. Lern.
Lern, way to go.
Oh.
I got
And in
destroyed.
last place, King Scott with 8.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Sky, you got 2 shots coming your way
That
today.
was
Yeah.
Katie Zastre.
Oh, my God. I thought I was getting shot
No.
today.
We made it seem
No,
like it
it
in the
was-
office.
I know. I was really upset.
Yeah,
I
no,
took
you
an
were-
Advil to prepare
Did you
my
really?
ass.
Oh.
Yeah, I took medication.
You took
I'm
unnecessary
going,
medication.
my dermatologist is like, what's going on back here?
Oh, that's
I was
amazing.
so happy that
I
you
also
came.
told you.
Sorry, but I had set like 13 million shots coming my way.
Why? Because I told her also
It was
week
13.
18 is doubled.
I go, what?
That's so
Oh, I'm so relieved right now.
my
Yeah, I'm
goodness.
so bummed.
sorry.
Yesterday was ugly out there in the football world.
Not for this guy. That's
I
right. Let's
think
give it up
it
one
was
more time
very
for
predictable.
Rizz, who really
Wow.
killed it.
Oh,
Thank you, guys.
can we high five?
She's high-fiving the victim.
I'm so glad I lost. so thrilled to lose.
Oh, my
You're
goodness.
my hero. I was seriously on the couch last night, like watching the Chiefs game with Tim. and something like they were up and then they weren't, and then I guess they won, right? And so then I was looking at things, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be.
The numbers are readily available.
No, I know, but I'm like stupid about it. And so anyway, I went, and Tim goes, "This is how hot this was last night." From the couch, my husband goes, "Honey, if you need me to come in there and take all those shots for you, I will."
Wow.
And I said, I go, "You don't have to do that, but that would be great."
And then they went, "Oh, tomorrow."
Oh, sorry.
Tomorrow. If it was, if they were doing it on Tuesday. So you got 2 shots coming your way, buddy. Okay, so a total of how many points for us?
I don't know.
54.
Okay.
If I did the math in my head.
Yeah, I didn't do the totals, but I have the wins.
Yeah. 54 points for the Rizz for Team Rizz.
On their end, Jamie Rivers had 11. BT also had 11, very consistent. Carey had 10. Stalter had 10. Ooh, but Marsh tied Scott at 8, which means we won by 4.
We win by 4, so 54 to 50.
Wow.
Gosh, we killed them this week.
Yeah.
That's
It
awesome.
was good.
It's a bad week when you get the same as Marsh.
We had a great week,
this
guys.
year.
We had a great week.
So
which means, the record is 9 wins for the Fast Lane, 6 wins for the Rizz Show team, with 3 ties.
Oh, this is awesome.
All right, so 9, 6, does that add up?
18, yeah.
18, yeah.
So if we do some sort of tiebreaker thing and we win all 3 tiebreakers, we are
Well, tied.
tied for the regular season, going into overtime.
Which will play into the Super Bowl, right?
The playoffs, yeah. I mean, I think we developed
We
a
got to
system.
figure out. Can you talk to Mike Ryder, their executive producer, after the show?
Sure.
Just to get a feeling what we could do here.
Well, I think we all
I figure
know
you're
the feeling.
You're a reasonable person. Mike's a reasonable person. I think if I went in, I'd be a little too hot-headed.
Okay.
I think a summit needs to happen. I think there needs to be a summit.
All right. I'll get it done today.
Is there 3 weekends of playoff games? Or is
There's Wild Card Weekend coming up. There's the
okay, so then there's
There's this week in wild
conference.
card, and then there's something else, and then something else.
So, like, what happens during the playoffs?
Don't know. We've never had this before.
What do you
there's
mean?
3, and then
We've
if
never
we
done it.
tie all
Always
those, then the Super Bowl, we have to somehow flip a coin for one of the teams, and then I don't know how that works. Because if we pick the same team,
we
all
would have
tie.
to win every one of the tiebreakers.
Which we will.
Wait.
We've gotten this far.
So, do we still get shot? Like, or is that done for the regular season? Like, how have you guys done this in the
Yeah,
past?
it's done.
No, we've never gotten to the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
So I
for
think
this
shots
year.
are still on the table.
Except for this year now.
We can take the shots off the table. We'll take the shots off the table.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you think so?
Should we do other?
I don't have to worry
fun
about those
things?
Maybe
two.
one shot.
Should start off. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
one
yeah.
shot.
If you
One
lose,
shot.
If you lose, you
one
get
shot. Okay,
All right,
one shot.
I'll meet you at one shot.
If you
One
lose, you
shot.
get shot.
Thank you.
That way, I mean,
There's
we got
gotta
to
be
have some
skin
sort of
in the
pressure.
game.
glad
Dude,
that's
I'm
still
taking
going.
this series every week.
But if we think about this, though, if we take that off the table, then we can sit there and talk to each other and say, hey, this is what we need to do
I'll tell
this
you.
week.
Well, let Moon
tell
be
you-
our representative.
I'll tell you who took
Okay.
it the most serious. I have the regular season overalls.
Overalls, okay.
Hit it.
I don't like these
So
anymore.
who is the best and the worst?
Well, the absolute best, the entire time, was former Super Bowl winner and
former
and
NFL guy.
player
No.
Now Fast
Kerry
Lane
Davis, who had a wonderful comeback towards the back end of the season. He is at 176.
Oh, I played in the NFL.
Wow.
I know stuff.
I know
He knows
stuff.
it.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Which
Kerry.
leads me to think maybe he's got some inside information.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's get that going.
In second place, who also had a heck of a comeback and was not in first or second place for most of the season,
This is the first time this high up, too.
Anthony Stalter with 173.
So Kerry, then Anthony.
That's right. Third place overall, yours truly.
Oh, way to go.
Way to go, man.
Yours truly, 170. I was leading the whole season. It was me and
Yeah.
Jamie. And,
Yeah.
And then last
both
week
of
I
us-
bounced ahead of you, and then I
Yep, and then we both
Okay.
dropped.
tangled up here.
In fourth place with 168, Scott Rizzuto.
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What?
What are you?
Oh, my God.
What a good season.
What a comeback, huh, guys?
That's
What a
right.
great
That
season.
kid, they
Great.
call you the
So
comeback.
happy.
What a great season.
You beat Jamie Rivers on the tiebreaker, who also had 168.
All right.
Way to go.
Jamie was in here. I'd high five him.
Just behind you guys, really last week you blew it. King Scott, 167.
Good job, buddy.
You were in,
tripped
you were
right
in
at the-
third place
I went from first to third in 1 week. That's
Yep.
amazing. I'm glad you had a good week, Rizz. That was
Thanks, buddy.
Rafe then came in at 162, tying Brad Thompson, but had the tiebreaker. He won pretty significantly on the scores there. And then not last, 162 points for Lern.
Hello, everybody. Not
Hey, great showing.
Who beat Andrew Marsh by 8 points. He only had 154.
Killed him.
Right on.
Killed him. So, hey, congratulations to all of us.
That's right.
It was a good.
We
year.
just need to get this tiebreaker thing figured out. And
Yeah, I'll work some magic. And,
I hope they'll do it because that's more entertaining for everybody's audiences.
I agree.
You know, do it for the audience.
Plus, if you look at the record, boy, does it skew a little differently after we made the rules of no changing.
It's
no change in their picks.
ridiculous.
When we're
how
actually
fast
when we were actually just focused on who do you think will win, not let's pay attention and squirrel
Strategic.
and squirrel
let's
the votes depending on the other team. When that was taken off the table, boy, it was a different competition,
we did
wasn't
good.
it?
well, good job, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And
All right.
also with you.
Today is January the 8th. Back in the day, 66 years ago, 1958, Bobby Fischer wins his first U.S. chess championship. At the age of 14, it was the first of 8 wins over the next 9 years. 34 years ago, 1990, Sinead O'Connor's single Nothing Compares to You was released. 33 years ago, 1991, Def Leppard's guitarist Steve Clark was found dead in the living room of his London home. He was 30. Coroner ruled that his death was caused by a lethal combo of alcohol and drugs. That same day, Jeremy Delle, D-E-L-L-E, 15-year-old kid at Richardson High School in Texas, shoots himself in his English class. When Eddie Vedder reads about it, he writes the song Jeremy, about Jeremy and other young people who have committed suicide in schools. I was just got into a vortex of that story, and they interviewed Jeremy's mom, and she said it's so painful for her to hear that song.
Sure.
Like it's a constant reminder of what happened, and that song probably one of Pearl Jam's top 5 most popular ever.
I mean, huge,
Especially the video.
Right.
a huge hit.
Especially that video. 32 years ago, 1992, George Bush the Elder vomits in the lap of the Japanese Prime Minister. 30 years ago, 1994, Tonya Harding wins her second national skating championship. Nancy Kerrigan was unable to compete because Tanya's thugs bashed her leg with a steel bar 2 days earlier.
Your ex-boyfriend.
Galooly! 22 years ago, 2002, Wendy's founder Dave Thomas dies of liver cancer at the age of 70. And 8 years ago today, in 2016, David Bowie releases his final record, Black Star, on his 69th birthday. He dies of liver cancer 2 days later. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. The Golden Globes were on last night, kicking off award season for celebrities. Oppenheimer and Succession were the big winners. And Oppenheimer took home 5 awards, including Best Motion Picture Drama, Best Director Motion Picture, which was Christopher Nolan's first, by the way. I have a little soundbite of Christopher Nolan, this is for Moon, accepting his award of Best Director.
The only time I've ever been on the stage before was accepting one of these on behalf of our dear friend Heath Ledger. And that was complicated and challenging for me. And in the middle of speaking, I glanced up and Robert Downey Jr. caught my eye and gave me a look of love and support, the same look he's giving me now, the same love and support he's shown so many people in our community over so many years.
So what I'm because I saw Bradley Cooper was trending.
Yeah.
Was trending. So they're going to say Oppenheimer's pretty much going to win everything, and Bradley Cooper. So that Cillian Murphy won, right, for his role as Oppenheimer.
Yes. Cillian
Christopher
Murphy.
Nolan wins as director for Oppenheimer, and it's going to be Bradley Cooper going to all these award shows, listening to all the Oppenheimer people giving speeches, because he's never going to win anything.
What did he have?
Maestro.
He
For Best
directed,
Director. and
Directed
everything.
and starred
And
in.
it was good. It was good.
And they're saying he's going to be nominated for all the same things, but Oppenheimer's going to win everything, and Bradley Cooper's just going to have to sit there and go to all these award shows.
That's
And
happening.
At least they're quick and they don't take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Oh, wait.
But you know what? That's the same thing with Barbie. I mean, I was watching last night. I watched a pretty good chunk of Golden Globes. And, you know, Barbie was the biggest movie last year and had all of these accolades as far as how much money it made and how many weeks it stayed at #1. And it did not walk out of the Golden Globes with that much.
Did it win anything?
It did win. And, like, everybody went up there and
Didn't, like, Billie Eilish win for the song?
For the song. And so she went up there for it. Gosh, let me look up. It was like where they say it's a script that is made to be a movie.
Screenplay?
A screenplay. Yes, adapted screenplay is what it won for. And, you know, I thought it could have, like, Margot Robbie did such an incredible job. Like, Emma Stone won last night instead of Margot Robbie, and she did great, too, I'm sure, in that Poor Things movie. But, I don't know, for as much of a headline it was for Barbie all of last year and the waves that it made, I mean, it didn't really win much last night at all.
It was nice to see a Succession go out on top.
Oh, yeah. They won a ton.
So Kieran Culkin won.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is really cool.
Man,
Sarah
yeah.
Schnook won, and the guy who plays Tom Wamsgam,
Yeah, dude.
he won. Man, I was so excited to see him
They
win.
were excited, too.
Dude, he is. He's actually so good that if that's the only thing you know him from, you assume like this guy's kind of like a somewhat sloppy actor, and then you see him in other things, and you go, "Holy smokes, that guy is really good."
He's doing an ad campaign for one of the car companies, one of the high-end car companies, and he speaks with. He's got an Australian accent,
Right?
and you go, "Holy cow, that's."
Yeah, and the
He's got an accent.
and
Matthew
the-
McFadden.
Yeah.
Right?
and his wife in the show. What's her name?
Sarah Schnook.
Yeah, she's Australian too, right?
Yeah, when you hear them speak, you go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, like whoa, that's okay. I mean, they fooled me.
Succession walked away with 4 trophies last night. Best television series, drama, and then the acting honors of Kieran Culkin, Sarah Snook, and Matthew McFadden. Is it McFadden?
McFadden.
Joe Coy did not do well. I will say that. He was the host. It was last-minute addition to the show. Ali Wong, Chris Rock, Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes all turned down hosting the Golden Globes.
It's such a thankless job. Why would you ever say yes to one of these? No, not since Billy Crystal.
Right.
Has somebody said, "Oh, they did a good job."
Well, Ricky Gervais has done well.
Ricky
within the
Gervais,
past.
I'm sorry, he's done great.
And he won last night, too, by the way. I watched his Armageddon new special on, I guess it's on Netflix. It was okay. He won for Best Special, and this was the first year that they did actual stand-up comedians in a category for the Golden Globes, which I thought was
that's cool.
crazy.
Wow.
But I have a couple of snippets here of Joe Coy last night. Like, he threw the writers of the jokes under the bus a lot. And I could feel like he was kind of embarrassed being up there or something. Like, he was a little starstruck, too. Like, there's a clip here where he talks about De Niro. Here's a bit of Joe Coy.
I'm a bit awestruck. This guy's amazing. Decade after decade, he just kills it every single time. I don't know how you do it, man. Swear to God, your last performance is going to be your greatest performance ever. How'd you get her pregnant at 80?
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Well, here he is talking about Barbie.
All right.
As well.
Joe Coy.
I watched Barbie. I loved it. I really did love it. I don't want you guys to think that I'm a creep, but it was kind of weird being attracted to a plastic doll. It's just something about your eyes, Ryan.
Another joke.
The whole show, just close your eyes, Ryan. Everyone just looks into your eyes. And Margot, it's not always about you.
He went off script in another way, though, doing a joke of his own where he talked about how Barbie, the movie, he's like, oh, I saw it, it's a movie about big boobs, and like, really, he didn't see it. He didn't watch it.
Right.
And so everybody in that entire like ensemble that was there for Barbie was just like mean mugging him. And he said something about Taylor Swift. He went off script and threw her under the bus, and like she glared at him. I mean, he was not getting, he got booed whenever he came out. Like, people did not want
When he
Joe
came
Coy.
out?
Yeah, like the first joke he had.
Oh, because of something he said.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like they were like, "Hey," and our presenter,
Oh, no.
Joe Coy.
Joe Coy, and people were like, "Boo!" Oh, man.
But he looked uncomfortable up there. A lot of the jokes didn't land.
Well, it's a tough job too because it's not stand up. It's its own thing.
You're not writing
And that's
your
where
own stuff.
Gervais crushed it because the crowd needs to be the ones that look scared, and the one hosting looks like that he's having the time of his life,
yeah.
and that's why Gervais did so good. Because you look at the crowd, like Tom Hanks the whole time's like terrified. He's like, "What
what's
are
he
you
gonna say?
saying?"
Yeah,
Right.
you
He got
gotta.
the job 10 days before.
He did.
That's terrifying. I'm sure. I mean, that's a huge.
That's a big deal,
That's a
man.
big good for him for going after it.
And I mean, hey, at least he had a few like those. They're pretty solid. I don't know. They're all right.
Solid.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But that's one of those things that you have to Got to look like you've been there before.
Yeah,
Just
you
a
got
bunch
to own
of
it.
humorless douchebags in that room anyway. Get over yourselves.
Well, speaking of that, somebody I love is Gillian Anderson from The X-Files, also from Sex Education. She was on the red carpet, for the Golden Globes. And, everybody's talking about the style. And I love watching the stars just to see what they'll be wearing. And I get into all that. But I had no idea. I saw all these pictures of Gillian Anderson, and nobody put it together that she had vaginas, like graphics of, she had this white gown on, and I guess embossed.
To the internet.
Embossed onto the fabric in a pattern work were all of these vaginas. And so it was like everybody was, oh, this is the most beautiful dress. And she did. She looked absolutely stunning.
Gillian Anderson vagina.
And you zoom in and you see that the print on the dress are all of these vaginas, which is so awesome. So anyway, I thought that was really
Oh, yeah.
cool.
They just look like an old couch with flowers on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look inappropriate at all. And you got to really
Gillian
look for it.
Anderson shuts down 2024 Golden Globes red carpet and gown featuring vaginas.
God bless.
I mean, are they, or are we just all looking at it with
No, it is.
gunner-filled minds? Oh, it is.
It's like embossed.
Yeah.
And you can't really, unless you really look.
Right.
But it's supposed to be.
But I love it. I love whenever stars do little subtle things like this where, it's not like coming out full brash with like
Right.
a message. I thought it was
A little
cool.
tact.
Actress Jodie Foster says that Gen Zers, those born between the late 90s and early 2000s, are really annoying to work with. The Oscar winner recently told The Guardian, they're like, nah, I'm not feeling it today. I'm going to come in at 10:30 a.m. Or like in emails, I'll tell them this is all grammatically incorrect. Did you not check your spelling? And they're like, why would I do that? Isn't that kind of limiting? So she's coming
She
in.
got kids, doesn't she? I think in that age.
Oh, does she?
I think so.
I don't know why. I mean, maybe those are all of her experiences. Maybe when she works with younger folks, they're not there on time, and she thinks it's
She's
important
noticing.
to
She's
have.
worked with some legends.
And I'm sure she has a lot of money involved usually with these things. And I think
Hey,
she's gonna play.
She was
What's
a
it
very
crazy?
young actress, that got into the business with what was it, Taxi Driver?
Taxi driver.
Like, maybe she's got some pointers.
She may have wisdom.
Maybe it
you
comes
ever
off a little
seen-
harsh, but like, I don't know.
You ever seen the movie Little Man Tate?
No. Little Man Tate?
Yeah, with Jodie Foster. Where she's the mom, like a single mom, and the kid is a genius. No.
No. Like 80s? When did this come out?
1991.
71% Rotten
Dude.
Tomatoes.
Directed by her. Wow.
Little
Is
Man
it
Tate.
it's a worthy watch?
Yeah.
Ooh, Harry Connick Jr.
Harry Connick Jr.
Heck
Yeah. It's worth
Never
a
even heard of
watch.
It is worth a watch. I don't know. It's
All
one of
right.
those movies that used to be on HBO all the time.
That's what you think of when you think of Jodie Foster?
That's awesome.
That role, yeah. I don't know, for some reason.
think of
Even more
Contact.
so than
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence
for
of the
me.
Lambs or Little Man. The first thing I think of when I think Jodie Foster is Little Man Tate.
Little Man Tate.
Contact is the first thing I think of.
Rest in peace to a couple of different actors. Actress Cindy Morgan, who starred as the club owner's niece in Caddyshack, has passed away at
How
69.
about that? Lacey Underall.
She also starred as both Laura and Yori in the original Tron film. Morgan had an impressive television career appearing on shows like Love Boat, Chips, and The Larry Sanders Show.
Yeah,
What's
they
her
found
name?
Cindy Morgan. She's the one
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase oils her up.
Oh,
She's the
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Gorgeous.
She's the hot woman in Caddyshack.
69, very young.
They found her dead too.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
What?
David Soul also died Thursday after what his family called a valiant battle for his life. He was 80 years old. Soul was best known for playing Hutch in the 70s buddy cop show Starsky and Hutch alongside Paul Michael Glazier. He also played a killer cop in Clint Eastwood's second Dirty Harry movie, Magnum Force, and a vampire killer in Stephen King's Salem Lot. So rest in peace to those two. Smashing Pumpkins has put out an open call for a guitarist and shared that the application process is open to anybody who's interested. So if you got what it takes to play alongside Billy Corgan,
Throw my hat in the ring, guys.
Yeah.
submit a resume.
Do it,
Moon,
do it.
You should do this.
Yeah,
Would you
Moon,
ever wanna-
actually.
Would I ever want to be in the Smashing Pumpkins? Yeah, of course.
Would you do
You know,
this?
it's funny. I saw
Yeah,
this.
of course.
And yeah, you send. I don't know what you send to their management company.
What? The only thing I saw was just send an email.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Send an email.
Send an email.
Okay.
And then they're going to start to. All right, so they've come up with this original idea. They're going to go to different guitar centers.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And take all your riffs. Sign your
That
riffs
is
So
away.
cool, man. It's so nice.
Here's the email address for anybody who wants to write this down. spguitar at redlightmanagement.com.
Yeah,
It's for real.
yeah, it is legit.
Corey Taylor has canceled his upcoming solo tour to focus on his health. He apologized to fans over the weekend, saying, "For the past several months, my mental and physical health have been breaking down, and I've reached a point that was unhealthy for my family and me." He says, I promise I'm doing everything I can to be as healthy as I can. Until then, my apologies to everyone who I would have seen on tour. Corey Taylor was just here in September, and he was getting ready to embark on a different leg of this tour.
Yeah.
And I
Canceled.
wonder if the Jordan Jordison...
Joey Jordanson?
Joey Jordanson's lawsuit had anything to do with this.
Maybe, or it's just like, you know what, I've bitten off more than I could chew.
Right.
I need to spend some time at home.
I guess so. So we wish him the best. Clint Lowry of Seven Dust plans to release a solo instrumental EP in March. He says he was inspired by Nine Inch Nails' instrumental collection, Ghosts. He says, "For a while now, I've been working and very interested in film scoring, sound design, and programming. Instead of focusing on another typical release, I thought it'd be cool to release a few of the rough pieces I've been cutting my teeth on."
You putting your resume in right now?
No, but we do have a big concert announcement coming up at 9 a.m. today, and I was just getting the links all.
Oh, I thought you were literally emailing Smashing Pumpkins, sending them like a video.
I'll do that.
Say,
I'll do
hey,
that
we're friend of the show.
I'll do that right now.
We're buddies.
There's an artist named Aaron Norris who lives in the Kansas City area. He plays golf, and recently he noticed all the broken tees at a local golf course, so he started picking them up and ended up spending a few $100 on some new tees. He put these things together and created a 6-foot by 6-foot portrait of Tiger Woods using all of these tees. Mm-hmm. And we're going to put it up on the blog. It's really cool. Like if you're a fan of like pointillism type of art and you're a golf fan, maybe you love Tiger Woods, you got to see this thing. It's made entirely of 25,000 golf tees that this guy picked up from Kansas City. And finally, the website Yardbarker put together a list of the 21 most successful and influential groups in country music history. Groups. They are not in any particular order, but I was curious, like, I don't know much about country music.
So if I said Garth Brooks, he wouldn't be on the list because it's not a group?
Because it's not a group. No, not in the top 21. No.
So it's the bands, yeah.
Bands.
So like Alabama. Gritty Dirt Band.
Alabama is number 2, or at least listed as number 2.
Is Alice Cross Union Station on this? That should be.
I do not see her. No.
Then they're probably going to say Rascal Flatts because they sold a ton of records.
Rascal Flatts.
I don't really know much about country.
Highwaymen.
The Highwomen are on there, and the Highwaymen. Yep.
Okay.
Who's the Highwomen?
The Highwomen was
one of the gals from.
Oh, is that like Dixie Chicks?
Dixie Chicks and some, and then they basically took the Highwaymen song and kind of just reworded it.
Lone Star.
Lone Star. Show me Lone Star. Yes, number 10.
Ooh.
Oh, Sugar.
Oh,
Sugarland.
Sugarland. That's a great one. Nickel Creek.
Not seeing Sugarland.
No Sugarland?
Nickel Creek is number 15.
We got.
Scott's going to excel at this list.
Yeah. They changed their name too. They're another.
Oh, Lady A.
Lady A.
Lady A is on the list as well, number 21. Also, Dixie Chicks, or The Chicks, were on the list at number 4. He kind of mentioned them earlier.
Okay.
Sugarland.
Diamond Rio. Give me Diamond Rio, number 1.
Diamond Rio, not number 1 and not on the list.
What? Okay. This list is wonderful.
Come on, give me some country music bands.
Country music
Did you say
bands.
Rascal Flatts earlier?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they are on the list. My apologies, number 7.
Diamond Rio. Let's see. What was the other one that was Blackhawk?
Oh, that's a great call.
Blackhawk.
Forgot about that.
We talking about 90s?
Everything.
I was sending an email.
Of all
I'm sorry.
time.
You told me of all time. Alabama, sir.
Yeah.
We already mentioned Alabama.
They're number 2.
I apologize. I'm catching up.
Sons of the Pioneers.
Sons of the Pioneers.
Leonard Skinner?
No.
Al Skinner.
No Skinnerd.
I mean, that's a country band.
So you think,
With
okay, so
distortion.
that opens up. So then.
I mean, to me,
But
I'm
they're
sure
not
there's
on
an
the list.
argument.
I had this.
That's Southern Rock.
Yeah,
There was but I had
that's
a country
band.
playlist the other day on Spotify.
I'm sorry,
Creedence-
That's a country band doing rock.
I'm sorry, that's Freedom Rock.
Hey, man, is that Freedom Rock? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
That's Freedom Rock.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
Well, I saw Creedence listed as a country band.
All right, give us the bands. Give us some.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Top 10 list. Lone Star, the Oak Ridge
Lone
Boys.
Star.
Oak Ridge Boys.
The Charlie Daniels Band.
Charlie Daniels.
Marty
Band.
Stewart.
Rascal Flatts, the Highwaymen, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Chicks, the Carter Family.
Okay. That's
Alabama, and your number 1 of the most successful and
Did we get it?
influential groups. No, you did not. Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, duh. Goodness gracious.
Brooks
Brooks and Dunn.
okay.
By the way, every time every time we play, the Alabama Dirtbags play Brooks and Dunn, that's the hit. That's the hit.
What's their big song?
Well, there's a whole ton of them.
Well, what's like the
personally, I love Brand New Man, but you got Boot Scootin' Boogie.
Boot Scootin'
and then Neon Moon.
No, something that we would know.
Neon Moon hit big on TikTok.
Like I would know Boot Scootin' Boogie as a non-country music fan.
They're the most fun songs to play. Too.
I know that song. All right, birthdays.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Zahara Jolie Pitt is 19. Noah Cyrus, Miley's sister, is 24. Cynthia Erivo, that's Harriet Tubman and Harriet. She's also in the Wicked film adaptation, is 37. Kim Jong-un is 42. Rachel Nichols in the G.I. Joe movie. Conan the Barbarian and Continuum is 44. Jenny Lewis from Grey's Anatomy. She actually did some of the music for Grey's Anatomy and Wedding Crashers. She's 48. R. Kelly is 57. Robbie Krieger, the Doors guitar player who wrote Light My Fire, is 78. Bob Eubanks, the Newlywed Game
We'll be
superstar,
back in 2 and 2,
is 86. And Shirley Bassey. She sang the themes for Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, and Moonraker. Sean Connery was the Bond for the first two. She is 87 years old.
Still alive, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jenny Lewis is coming to the pageant. I got tickets for her.
What was the group she was in?
Rilo.
Postal Service. Rilo Kiley. She's in Jenny and Johnny.
That's it. All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Melissa Hill. And today's birthday girl has been in 275 fine films, including After School Sluts. She was in Booty Camp, Brazier to Eternity.
Brazier to Eternity.
The Butt Floss Chronicles, The Butt Sisters do Boston, The Butt Sisters do New York, The Butt Sisters do Seattle. She was in Haul and Ass. Mommy Likes to Watch Too, and who can forget her role in the classic 2004 movie Say Aloha to my a-hola. Melissa Hill is 54 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, quick break. We'll come back with sexy time fun facts. In fact, yesterday was the busiest day of the year on dating apps. And did you know there are some unusual dating apps out there, like for real. Mm-hmm. We're going to go through some of these. Okay. I'm going to give you the name of the dating app, and you tell us what the theme is.
Nice.
We're going to have some fun with this. It's 8:04. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. It's time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We have delays 270 eastbound between... it looks like exit 5A and Big Bend Road down there. We also have some trouble on 40. A lot of delays. 64 eastbound between 40 Drive and Bellevue Avenue. And delays 55 northbound between Idaho and Gasconade. Average speed down to 25 miles an hour. Your point forecast, cold and breezy today. High of 41. Tonight, about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain are supposed to fall and might turn into snow or slush. So look out. Right now it is 31 at the Point Studio.
Everybody's Christmas decorations are down.
Yep.
I got to unplug the lights. That's all I got to do. Unplug the outside lights. I love when the house is lit up, though. It's going to be kind of sad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I should have done it on Saturday, but yeah, it's already the 8th. The 6th, absolute last day. Get everything down. Get it out of here. Down in storage.
Right.
We have other things to look forward to. Christmas is over. Let's put it in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Come on.
Valentine's Day coming up.
Valentine's Day. That's right.
Mardi Gras. Yeah.
Valentine's Day. White Castle, they're doing their Valentine's Day dinner again.
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
Oh, I can, yes.
Can you imagine Tim?
Put a chicken ring on that finger.
Smelling like onions when we leave.
Hey, babe, put on something nice.
Yeah. Oh, where are we going? White Castle.
I made us some, no, it's Chateau LeBlanc.
Excuse me.
So if we make it sound fancy, it's Chateau LeBlanc, where are we going? Something French? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The castle that is white. The White Castle. Yeah, I guess if you go to, I don't know if there's any that are doing it around here. I think they team up with Open Table, the app Open Table.
The reservation service.
Yeah, this year's Love Castle celebration will take place between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. Wednesday, February 14th. More than 300 White Castles are taking part in the event. You can make your one-night only reservations on the Open Table app. I guess it started last week. If you've ever wanted to spend the most romantic day of the year at a White Castle, well, here you go. Here you go. They've proven to be very popular. I don't know if I don't know personally of anybody that's done it,
right?
Or if any around here actually do the Valentine's Day thing.
Did somebody get married at a White Castle like last year?
It happens all the time,
right?
This year, White Castle enthusiasts can pick up the Love Clutch Collection, a shareable combo, 10 cheesy sliders, 20 chicken wings, an entire sack of fries.
Hey,
All right.
Share it.
For how much?
I'm not sure.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds great to me.
I mean, there's people out there that love this. And
Do
some
you?
and some that don't. No, I mean, I don't eat beef or anything. So, like, White Castle isn't I guess
Don't they have fish?
They got fish sliders?
I think so.
Sign me up.
I think they got it.
They
all.
have fish sliders. Would you be okay with this? They have shrimp nibblers. You like shrimp?
Do they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
We've gone to, like, the nicest restaurants. I mean, I'm cool. As long as there's something I want to eat, I'm down.
White Castle's like a delightful, random, never planned treat. I don't know, maybe twice a year or something, and it always rules.
I love it.
Oh,
My
I
wife
love
has
it
never
too.
had White Castle.
Take
never.
her this year. Oh, my
I'm
God.
thinking about it.
Just
For the
do it.
holiday.
I'm thinking about it.
For the special holiday.
I'm thinking about it. If they're, God, would she kill me?
Oh, just see what happens.
Why? She'll love it.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think.
Dress nice.
She likes vegetables. There's onions.
There are onions.
Yep.
That's the worst part about going to White Castle is you smell like White Castle
Well,
for like
maybe
3
that's
days
her head,
afterwards.
and in her head, she goes, whenever anybody, she goes, why would I want to have something whenever somebody brings up White Castle, diarrhea is in the sentence next to it.
But that's just
I said, that's just everybody fooling around.
yeah, that's just the fun. That's just part of
That's
the
just
fun.
part of it.
And I'm not saying diarrhea is part of the fun. I'm saying the jokes behind
It's not. And you know why people get sick after White Castle? Because they eat too much. That's
Precisely.
Right.
Precisely.
Crave case. You don't
They
have to
eat
sit
too
in
much.
one sitting.
why. You think because they're nice and small,
You should.
I
eat
can have
7
50 of them.
Right.
How many do you usually take?
I have a self-control problem.
And if you're having a self-control problem, what number do you get to? Are you clearing like 6?
I could do like 5.
Okay, yeah. I
If I
mean,
easily.
Okay.
sure, but I'm saying like when you have a
Like
self-control
I could
problem,
probably do 6.
and you go that far.
I don't know. I don't. I don't. I really got to go. You got to step away. You got to fold them.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Let's fold them and walk away.
Yeah, I get two.
Because you're going to get sick.
I usually get 2 different types. Whatever strikes me when I'm looking at the menu, because like I said, it's always unplanned. Like always like a wow, what, and then I find myself in the drive-thru, and then I order 2 of 2 different kinds.
Yeah, I
Whatever's
always
hitting
get-
me.
I have to get at least one of the new specials they have, and then the regular, a cheese,
If
and
somebody's
something
got-
else, and then the rings. I get chicken rings
If
too.
somebody's got a crave case, I'm like, God, I want to.
Yeah. I'm craving. Hey, they got Impossible ones that are great.
Oh, see, I haven't tried those yet.
Yeah, they're great.
I'm down.
They brought them here.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Which
I
means
tried it.
Which means they weren't even fresh, and I ate probably 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, I'm down. If Tim
tried
wants to
them
do
here.
this for Valentine's Day, if he's listening, great. Let's go.
Well, again, I don't know if any in the area are participating in the Valentine's Day.
We have Valentine's Day stuff already up at the house, by the way.
What does
Christmas
that
stuff.
mean? Got little hearts everywhere?
Yeah, it's like hearts over the fireplace, and there's I don't know where she gets this stuff, but there's like a couple things. There's even one that lights up and says love now, and then they change the girls usually change the chalkboard to happy New Year's, happy whatever it is. So it's a Valentine's Day house already. Bam.
Yeah,
just
we
like
just
that.
got
Still
for
Christmas
Valentine's
lights
Day.
up.
We have as much stuff as we put up for Christmas. Nothing. So
Oh,
But you had lights. My lights are still up.
yeah, I'm gonna unplug them today. That's it. The outside illumination.
Today's the day.
Yeah, today's the day.
If I remember, I will do the same.
Mike, if you're listening, come take them down. All right, let's do this.
any Mike?
All right, so yesterday was notable. According to Tinder, the first Sunday in January is what's known as Dating Sunday, the busiest day of the year for online dating. On Dating Sunday, Tinder sees an extraordinary surge in people updating their bios, uploading photos, sending messages, and responding to them. In fact, Tinder says that people respond to messages 19.4 minutes faster on Dating Sunday than any other Sunday of the year.
Wow.
Can you think of a reason why? Like why?
Well, I think we just said it. Now you got Valentine's coming up, and I think you got depressed because during the holidays you were single and you want somebody and you're desperate and you can't imagine having another one. Big day without somebody.
New year, new me.
Yeah, it's cold.
That's true.
Want some cuddling?
And they didn't say why. They didn't they didn't give a reason why.
Oh.
We're just speculating.
I was waiting. I was like,
We're just
come on.
speculating.
Well, then our answers are correct.
Yes.
Yeah, it could
I
be.
nailed it.
Fresh starts for the new year, New Year's resolutions, the start of a more available period after, months of holidays, gatherings, and being around other couples. And by the way, it's not just Tinder. A couple of years back, somebody from Match called Dating Sunday the Super Bowl of dating days.
All right.
Because there's a lot of competition.
A lot of competition. Now, I was going through just some of these different dating apps. I know of Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
I know of
Plenty of fish.
Grindr.
Right.
Scott told me about.
Yeah. That one's it's a nice one, man.
It's about people
it's just really hard to get chicks on there, but it's a but the layout's awesome on it.
It's for pepper enthusiasts.
Okay. I wonder what it's for.
No, and we laugh about that because, there are, I'm sure there is a dating app for people who are into pepper grinders. I don't know.
People who like
Foodies
pepper on their
or something.
salad.
Yeah.
Who are
And
those
then,
people?
Yeah.
There are some pretty strange apps out there and very specific.
It's got to be called Salt of the Earth. Yes.
Coin it.
The ones that like foodie stuff and flavor and.
Oh, no, there are some very specific food ones. There's one very specific one that I found. I was like, whoa, okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you the name of the app, and you tell us what it is.
Oh, sweet.
Like what, what's the theme? Like Bristler.
Bricklayers.
Bristler. Oh,
Bristler.
Oh, people looking for mustache.
Bristler. Bristler.
Mustaches looking for mustaches.
that's a good guess.
Yeah, that's a great one.
It's for bearded men and people who want to date them.
Right on.
Bristler. Do you have a beard?
Yes.
Do you want to date somebody who has a beard? Look no
Yes.
further than Bristler, a dating app and website for bearded men and the people who prefer facial hair.
And I think it's also a skiing town, isn't it?
Started as a joke website, but now Bristol founder John Kershaw says the app has 100,000 registered users and claims that 90% of the users have heard of the app through word of mouth.
Wow. Word of beard.
Mm-hmm.
Bristle. I guess it's Bristlr. I would think it's Bristler, but they pronounce it Bristler. Bristle. All right, farmers only.
Farmers.
I can't figure that one out.
Accountants.
Yeah, accountants, I think.
Online dating for farmers and ranch hands.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Farmers Only is an online dating site boasting the tagline, "City folks just don't get it." As such, it pairs up livestock owners, ranch hands, farmers, agriculture students, and other people who, prefer the country life. If testimonials on the website are to be believed, Farmers Only has led to at least 100 marriages.
Wow.
All right.
Outside the family?
Thrinder.
For once, yeah.
Thrinder. Thrinder.
Somebody looking for
Thrinder, you said?
What do you say? Thrender?
Thrinder.
Somebody looking for a
Thrinder.
throuple.
Yeah, like a third.
It's Tinder for threesomes.
There we go.
As the name suggests, Thrinder markets itself as the Tinder for threesomes. It is a Facebook-authenticated dating app that's more open-minded than the average dating app. It provides a wealth of options for gender identity and sexual orientation. As of October of last year, Thrinder has had about 1 million downloads.
Wow.
I bet you it is all dudes. I bet you it's 90,
No way.
98% dudes.
It's not, because I had went to dinner with a couple friend. Tim and I went to dinner with a couple friend of ours, and they had big news, and they're like, "Oh, should we share?" And we're like, "Oh my God, like what's going on with you guys?" They're like, "We had our first threesome," and I'm like, "Okay."
From
And the
Thrender?
I don't know if it's from Thrender, but both of them were very on board, the female and the male. So
So was it a guy?
it was girl, guy. It was two chicks and a dude.
I'm just saying that Thrender here, okay, dudes are going to go on here looking for two chicks.
Sure.
And it's going to be 98% dudes, guaranteed.
Hey, so when you were having this conversation, did you ever once during the conversation, or perhaps since then, feel that they were bringing this up and telling this story because they were basically soft inviting?
No, I've had that happen before with different people, but no, not this couple. They're like, we're not their type. We're not down.
Not down to clown.
We make that.
We're not
we
threesome
make that
people.
pretty.
We're not orgy people.
Aware. We're not orgy people.
We're not orgy people.
We like-
That's okay.
When you come to our house on our front mat, we're not orgy.
We're not orgy people.
Just
Remember
Yeah.
what was it, Ashley Madison?
Yeah.
Ashley Madison. I don't know if they're still around. Are they?
I think they
Still
are.
around?
They survived all that?
I think so.
Remember there was the data leak, and come to find out, it was like 80-some-odd% dudes.
Yeah, they're still
I
around.
think it was in the 90s. I think it was
What?
90% dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm going to hook up with a hot chick here on Ashley Madison. It's all dudes. Okay, what about a Sizzle? Sizzle, the website Sizzle, dating app.
Sizzle.
Sizzle.
That's
wanna
the
play with
food
fire.
lovers and
Oh, yeah, that does.
Sizzle.
sauna lovers.
It is specifically for bacon lovers.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Finally, a
Bunch of
for
Canadians hanging
Have
out.
you always wanted to meet a romantic prospect who shares your love of crispy bacon? Sizzle is the answer to your dating app prayers. Owned by Oscar Mayer.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
So
great.
it's a promo tool.
Yeah.
Sizzle asks if you prefer turkey or pork bacon, and how crispy you like your bacon.
These are the important questions.
I mean, it is all about breakfast, right?
This
I mean,
is
at
a
the-
little
at
on the
end of
nose
all of
here.
it.
Gluten-free singles.
Yeah, I found a list of some of the weirdest dating sites that have ever been out there. I've got a couple that you haven't mentioned.
Well, I'm not done.
Oh, okay. Maybe you'll hit.
I'm not done. Gluten-free singles matches you up with the people who also don't eat bread.
That's
All
cool.
right.
You know what? This makes sense though, because those people that are having to be gluten-free, man, they have it hard.
Hey.
And they don't want to have to be dating somebody that's always just chugging down bread.
And making fun of 'em.
Don't let your celiac disease keep you from being in a healthy relationship.
See?
That's the premise behind gluten-free singles,
They
You say
gotta make their own
celiac
bread.
disease?
a dating website for people who don't eat gluten.
Their skin looks incredible, by the way. The gluten-free people are some of the healthiest humans ever. Look at them. Great hair, good skin, no carbs.
All right, there's Tin Dog. Tin Dog.
Dog.
Cat lovers.
That's one for your dog, actually. That lets your dog meet other dogs in the area. That's one for the dog.
Not a bad idea, I guess, if you're trying to get your dog some friends.
Tin Dog.
Right? I mean, a dog park seems
How do you know their type, you know?
Yeah, that's
good
true.
point.
So, have you heard of Seeking Arrangement?
This is like an arranged relationship?
That's a
Wow,
notorious
arranged.
sugar daddy dating site.
Oh, yeah.
Seeking Arrangement.
That's been in the news before.
That is a sugar daddy dating website that helps older, wealthy men meet younger women. Its users largely seem to agree on one thing. What they're doing on Seeking Arrangement, meeting up and exchanging money and gifts for sex and companionship primarily, just another kind of relationship.
Yeah, I got a couple of friends who are sugar babies, and they're all right. They're having
Some-
a great
listen,
time. They're
some-
traveling the world.
Some have compared it to prostitution.
I mean, one can see the parallel, right?
Yeah, working in the luxury stores, that was quite common. You see this old guy, he'd come sit down, get champagne or whatever, then this insanely attractive female would just pick out everything she wants, and he'd drop like 30 grand, no problem, and they go on to the next store and do the same
But
thing.
maybe that's love, man. I mean,
that is
who's
love,
to
I guess.
judge?
Yeah.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Wingman. Wingman is another dating app. Wingman.
Guys that fly.
It's where you your buddy helps you. And
You
he
bring a
loves
buddy on a
your
date.
account,
No.
so your
You
buddy
You bring
Pilots.
buddies to dates.
Nope.
Pilot's looking to be grounded.
It's an app for joining the Mile High Club.
What?
Think of wingman as tender at high altitude. Wingman was designed to help you get lucky while flying, or otherwise meet people while you're traveling.
Breaking the law.
Here's how it works. You create a profile with your picture, first name, age, occupation, flight number, and airline. Of course, you specify whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. The app then shows you a list of travelers on the same flight that you could potentially start a conversation with.
But they have to have
I must say, this sounds very fishy. This sounds like it's like airport police are on this thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, this sounds like an airport police idea. Hey, you know how we can get people that are doing this all the time? We'll create an app where they come to us.
That's awesome.
A sting.
Well, and they just say, it's a conversation starter. It's not necessarily meet me in the bathroom.
Yes, it is.
Hook up.
A conversation starter. It's about sex on an airplane. Give me your name, what you look like, and your flight number, and I'll see you there with a badge. I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust that one.
I wouldn't either. Luxy, Luxy, that's matchmakers for the 1%.
Oh,
I thought it was gamblers.
Now a dating app geared towards millionaires, supermodels, celebs, CEOs, and others in the 1%. It's called Luxy. Once referred to itself as Tinder minus the poor people.
Yeah, when I was single, that was my favorite one.
What?
it's its tagline.
Tinder minus the poor people.
No commoners.
New users to Luxy will be prompted to select their favorite high-end brands such as Prada, Gucci, Cartier.
Imagine if they had to tell them your favorite band. The National. You're in.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a luxury band.
All right.
Yeah.
Salad match.
System of a Down. Oh, you're out.
I'm scared for this one.
Salad. Salad match. Yes. Yes, looking to meet your salad soulmate. You only get a couple minutes to dash out from your office in the middle of the day to grab lunch, so maximize that time at grabbing lunch at the Just Salad near your office with another salad eater.
Wow.
I guess Just Salad is a restaurant.
I wonder what they
I
have
guess
there.
they made an app, which is brilliant.
Oh, okay.
It's
very smart.
Brilliant. Trek Passions, that connects to sci-fi
Hikers.
fans.
Oh, Star Trek.
Yep, Star Trek.
Yeah,
If you're looking
Force.
for a lover who shares her interest in Star Trek, then Trek Passions.
Wouldn't that be called Klingon?
Yeah, they
Oh
missed
my
out.
God.
How'd they miss that?
You're right.
Yeah.
Golly.
Tall Friends.
Nice.
Oh, neato.
We all couldn't be on that site.
Nope.
No.
What's the height requirement?
Finds other
6'2"?
tall people for you to date.
6 foot probably.
It's got to be like 6'2" for guys.
Yeah,
I
what's
bet.
the minimum? Oh, I'm so
Probably
curious.
5'11" for the ladies and 6'2" for guys.
Or what if you had like a tall person fetish and you're like, I love tall people. Could you go on there if you
Yeah, I'm
yourself
sure.
weren't tall?
Well, and here's what the website says. Tired of going on dates with short people?
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst.
Meet other tall individuals on Tall Friends, a website for tall people.
Dude, you know what's funny when I think about like a really tall woman dating a short guy, or just like the difficulties that super tall women have. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them, they don't want to date a shorter guy. And if you're 6'4", 6'5", or something like, think about the small window that you have, really.
Right.
And I remember, was it the Real Life or Real World? Do you remember the Real World season? Like one of the early seasons where there was a fella who was dating this really tall gal, and she would make an appearance every once in a while, and he wanted to be a porn star, and then he wanted this.
Vaguely.
He was like a wild sort of, but then he was like super intensely Catholic. For some reason, this is so vivid to me because it was so fascinating because I'd never seen that before.
She's super tall.
Oh, she was like 6'7".
I remember what you're talking about.
And it was like shocking when she came to the house, and everybody was like, "What in the world?" Because they looked so strange, and it was fascinating because it is fascinating.
Yeah.
But you guys don't remember that? I don't know
No, I
why
didn't
that's
watch
so
that
vivid to me. I know somebody out there is like, "Dude, that's stuck in my head too." But I'm talking to you, all four of us.
I do have the audio from when she walked in.
Oh, please.
That's a huge bitch.
Terrible. This poor woman just
That's
trying to
2
live.
Deuce Bigelow references today. What is happening?
Just trying to live. She can't help it. Her dad was tall. She took on his height. That's a huge
I didn't
bitch.
say it.
I don't think I've ever heard that on our system before.
Oh, man. When did they get on the system?
That
Holy
is so
You-
good.
Oh, Deuce Bigelow making his way in.
Oh.
All right, that's tall
Anyways.
friends. And then there's Equestrian Cupid.
Question of Cupid?
Equestrian Cupid.
Oh.
Horse lovers.
Yeah, that's the Quincy people.
That's actually for hate horses.
The horses get on it. Quincy people.
Yeah, it's all for Quincy.
Oh, no. Look out of it.
We're not making fun of you, Quincy. Just that
I was
one
already
guy.
told to cool it with the Quincy talk.
Oh, sorry.
They're like, we really
man.
don't bang horses up here all that often.
Just that one
All
guy.
that
One guy. Just one guy. You want to hear some of these other ones?
Yeah.
There's one called Ugly Schmucks for people who are not confident about their looks. There's one called Fart Partners for people that have a fetish of flatulence.
my
I hope it says their taglines, want to have a blast?
Fart partners.
Fart partner.
Diaper mates for people who enjoy wearing diapers or changing them on other adults.
okay.
Mullet passions for those that rock the classic hairstyle or want someone with the classic hairstyle. There's date vampires.
Cool.
And then the top one of this
Date
particular...
vampires.
That's right.
That
For
site
people who are
sucks.
into blood-sucking romance.
Blah.
The top one in this article is for people who want to date the dead, and it's called ghost singles.
We met somebody who's married to 5 dead people,
That's right.
5 ghosts.
Did you?
They keep dying on her.
No, she is married to the ghosts. You were there. Were you standing next to me?
Yes,
The
I
hot shots.
What's her ghost thread
think I
count?
was.
So the hot shots out in O'Fallon when we're out there.
Yeah, what's her ghost?
Like at the beginning when we were all out there?
Yeah.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Ghost
She
singles.
was very nice. And her living husband was there too.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember. Yeah. Now I remember. And that was fascinating, too, because she
Yeah.
had, like, a lot to say about it.
Yeah, she did. She did. Committed relationship with these ghosts. She's happy. He's happy. All right. Hey.
For her.
Hey, she has a boo.
Well
You
done.
are fully loaded today, my friend. Goodness.
Fully loaded.
I'm going to go on that fart thing. I'm loaded.
Isn't it easy to be a picky eater when you're at a buffet? And dating is no different. Online dating allows people to be pickier than they are in person because there are a lot more options in front of you. So according to a new report, 96% of women admit they are picky on dating apps, while 80% of men said they're picky. Women say their pickiness is mostly driven by profile red flags, deal breakers, and looks. Men say theirs is driven by physical appearance, personality, and profile warning signs. On average, women do 17 profile views before swiping right.
17.
17 profile views before swiping right. Compared to men who are, yep. No, men do 12 before swiping right.
Hey, how does it work if you and maybe you guys don't know this, but if you swipe, let's say you go 17, okay, and at some point you go, oh my God, like I'm never gonna find anybody, but number 9 wasn't so bad after all. Maybe
you
I
go
consider
back?
number 9. Can you go back?
I don't know.
I don't
I
think.
bet you can.
I'm sure some you can.
I mean, is it gone forever?
Like, what would be the point of that, you know?
Point of what? Being able to go
Like
back?
just trashing somebody. I guess so it doesn't regurgitate. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I mean, isn't that a logical question for someone? I mean,
Yeah.
I know for sure Grindr you can't go back.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get so far in and you realize, oh, maybe I'm being a little too selective and I should give somebody a chance here, and so didn't look so bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
I
on
have 4
Facebook-
people here who haven't been on the dating apps.
Like on Facebook, you have people you may know, and like if you ever go through them, you can be like, nope, I don't know that person. You can delete, and you never see them again.
No, remember you signed me up.
Yeah.
Whenever I was trying to date, we
Oh, yeah.
got on one of those, and I don't recall being able to backtrack and.
Oh, that's right. We did get you on there.
And you were just well, swiping.
I mean, yeah, it didn't
everybody.
matter.
Yes.
Is she breathing? Yeah.
Please.
Ah, it's a dame.
Listen, before Tinder, there was 80s video dating.
Oh.
Oh, when you would send like videos
those are
of
the
you,
best.
Talking about yourself.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, finding those on YouTube or something with.
You
man,
would
it is
record a video of
glorious.
yourself saying what you're looking for in a partner. I got a kind of a compilation
Oh,
of some
please.
And their
really
jokes on these are really
weird,
good. Really good jokes.
weird dating things.
Bette Midler. I laugh hysterically at Bette Midler. I have 2 cats, and I don't know how to ride a horse. And my goal in life is to have my own religion. I was a flop at
My
red
own
flag.
religion.
Yeah, if you can't ride a horse, that's a red flag.
Red flag.
is to have my own religion.
I was a flop at canoeing. Someone that's clean. Be clean, you know? I keep my car very clean, and I expect a man to do the same. And I also like very meaty men. One who is charming, doesn't smoke in my face.
I am looking for a passionate yet permanent romance within the guidelines of safe dating practices.
Wow.
This is the best, man.
Meaty.
I like where someone just gets
meaty.
stuck on one thing where it's like, I have a clean car, and you better have a clean car. I don't care about anything else, but that's the thing.
Don't blow
weird thing.
smoke in my face. Okay.
Well, I'm in. I guess I'll send
Okay.
a VHS
man.
tape back to this person.
I have 2 cats and I can't ride a horse. That's all there is about me.
That was a great.
That is
That's all you need to know.
awesome,
You
man.
guys are going, no thanks.
Those videos are amazing. The biggest gold brick of the entire Howard Stern show for me ever as a listener was
Gary.
the Gary tape. That Gary tape was the greatest.
I never heard that.
The Gary Delabate dating tape.
He broke up with some gal, or a gal broke up with him, or something, and they unearthed like a 25-minute video of him speaking to her on VHS. And like, dude, they put it to song. They played that thing in front of that guy for 20 years.
I'll have to look it up.
Wow.
That's
Oh
great.
yeah, it's so cringeworthy.
It's the great. It was the greatest single gold brick in.
You know, I hate using the word cringe, but this is probably the definition. If there's cringeworthy, that video would be next to it.
And what would it be? How can I find that?
I'm sure it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Just title. What do I type in again?
Gary
Gary Delabate love tape.
Love tape.
Oh, okay. I know. Okay.
I think we all have pretty good marriages here.
Yeah.
We all love our husband and wives.
Yep.
If Rafe was here, him and Tina have a very good relationship. Forget marriage counseling. If you really want to improve your marriage, hit up Six Flags and then watch Saw 11. Yep, still sawing. That's what Saw 11's called.
Still
Saw 11.
sawing?
Saw 11. Yep, still sawing.
No, it's
That's
not.
I just made that up. But
Oh my God! I was like, dude, that sounds like Saturday Night Live.
studies, Saw 11. Yep, still sawing. Studies have shown that doing scary and exciting things together can increase your attraction to each other.
Nice.
It's because of a phenomenon called misattribution. Sorry, I'm just going to slow down.
Thank you.
Misattribution of arousal. Got it.
Well done.
Look at you.
Misattribution of arousal. Hey, thanks.
Hang on.
Congratulations.
I think there's something bigger. I think there's something bigger. Everybody stand up, please.
Oh yeah.
Misattribution of arousal. Okay. Anyway, basically that when you do something scary, your heart rate and blood pressure go up. You become more alert, and your fight or flight instincts kick in.
Mm-hmm.
And even though that's all happening because of the activity, our brains associate the excitement and arousal with the person you're doing the activity with.
Okay.
So that makes us feel stronger feelings about our significant others, even though they weren't actually the one responsible for us having those heightened sensations. Listen, whenever me and the wife go to Six Flags in the parking lot, we have sex every time.
I like that.
We just can't keep our hands off each other.
I haven't been to Six Flags in a long time.
I feel bad
me
for
neither,
Tim.
man.
I know. Do we need to go to Six Flags? Like,
I went last summer.
need to get a season pass.
I had a
I had a
season
great
pass
time.
that I didn't use for a year and a half, and then I decided, maybe that should be canceled.
I had a great time. Me and the
Haven't been
girl
back
went,
in a
and I was pissed off at first, but then I wound up having a good time.
Oh, I don't think I've been there since the last time.
This is the last time we ran into each other?
See, Tim doesn't like scary movies, so like I'm down to watch, all the iconic ones. And he's like, oh no. Like he's ever, I've been like, you want to watch The Exorcist? And he's like, no, I do not. He has no interest. So maybe this is a good thing. Now I'll bring this home and say, hey,
Yeah.
let's level up.
And then, bump uglies after.
That's right.
Maybe you can start with Saw 11. Yep, still sawing.
Still sawing.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. I'll give you the sex toy of the week. In just a second here. Anybody like running?
I try, man. It's just not. I need to run.
I was in a phase couple of years ago where I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I bought expensive shoes. I went to one of those running stores
Right.
where they fitted me specifically for a running shoe.
Yeah.
And
Did you get the runner's high?
no, I was chasing it. I got high and then ran.
There you go. Yeah.
Right
That seems to be a trend.
No, I would never do that. I know people that do that, like get high and run.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me. I like to have my wits about me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I would put in, my headphones or whatever. I got, whatever connected to my phone, and I would run. It wasn't bad.
You lose weight?
Can you really lose weight from the cardio? I hear you can't.
Well, it burns muscle before it burns fat.
Right.
At that, you have to go. Basically, the mall walk is the perfect walk for burning fat.
Huh.
Because it's right before your heart gets to that elevated thing. But it's high enough where it's burning fat.
It was
not
fun
muscle.
for me to see how far I could go, and then, I'd go farther and a little farther every week or so. It was good. It was fun. I knew it was good for me.
Did you have the
Yeah.
cool little shorts?
Also, of course, I did.
Yeah.
See, that's the word. I only could run in pants because I get the chafing, Like I could never run in shorts. You guys don't have that problem?
No, we got to wear like tight, boxer briefs.
Right.
I'm not sure I've ever gotten the runner's high, and I'm not sure I've ever loved just running. But when it comes to soccer, when I'm playing soccer, or when I used to play soccer, I loved running. I loved the
Same.
running aspect to it.
Yeah.
And I would get like a high right around the second half. Like that was my strength, is I would like exhaust myself, and first half I'd be like, man, I am really tired for really being early. But the second half would start, and I would just be ready, like just juice.
You're like
ready.
Sounds like, because my deal with running, I loved track and field, but I loved the sprints, and so long distance never really attracted me. But I love basketball and all that stuff because you're constantly sprinting. You stop for a second, then you sprint again.
Listen, as guys though, we got a lot of stuff going on down there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, we do.
Yeah,
We got
lots.
a lot of stuff going on down there. We got to make sure make sure everything's in its place.
The spandex.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because things could happen.
Sure.
Things
do
could
happen.
happen, and things do happen.
Ugh.
Like what?
44-year-old guy from Slovakia developed a painful lump on his penis the day after a long run.
See, this is how it starts.
The lump turned out to be a potentially fatal blood clot that it could have spread to his lungs if not treated.
Holy smokes, man. Doesn't that stuff usually happen in your legs? This guy got a third leg?
Man.
On his dong. I mean, I guess it was flopping around. I don't know what happened, but after a big run. In addition to the lump, the guy said he'd been getting erections randomly. NRBs, no reason boners.
Sounds like there's a reason, though, man.
So how are they able to remove the blood clot?
Oh, yeah. Wait till it goes somewhere else. Can you just give it a minute?
He waited 2 days to seek medical attention. And an MRI showed that he had an 18-millimeter wide blood clot in the corpus cavernosa, the tubes in the penis that fill with blood and make men stand at attention. He was prescribed blood thinners and painkillers, and a week later reported having more pain. However, the blood clot remained. They injected him with medicine to keep the clot from growing in size. 6 months later, the clot got smaller. 3 years later, the clot was still detected, didn't cause him any symptoms.
I'm glad the clot didn't stay the same size and everything else got smaller.
But things like running and sexual activity, drug and alcohol abuse, and health issues like sickle cell anemia, characterized by a shortage of red blood cells or, something like that, could cause this to happen. So even though blood clots can form from inactivity, excessive running can lead to clots in weird places. That's why I'm not running anymore.
No, come on now. This can happen even if you're not running. You're on the roller coaster. Your blood, heart rate's going up. Your
Yeah,
blood's
but I
going
think
3 up.
things are flopping around. Next thing you know, I'm getting boners for no reason.
That would be a red flag.
Which, God
for me.
forbid, I was at the mall yesterday.
Right.
Just sitting there.
Local air personality, Scott
I'm sitting
Rizzuto,
there,
was
sitting
arrested
outside the
at
Apple
West
store with
County
an
Mall.
erection.
Yeah,
Why
you
did I
see,
wear my running shorts today?
I can see you with your hands cuffed and you're walking out going, it was an NRB.
I went running yesterday.
Happy birthday, Rizz. You
It's a blood
understand?
clot.
I went running. It's a blood clot. All right. All right, your sex toy of the week. Rafe normally does this, but he's in the Bahamas.
Did you see him like windboarding yesterday, by the way? If you're not following I am Rafe Williams on Instagram. You are missing out.
He's having a
Man
great
was
time.
airborne.
Windboarding?
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you about the sex toy of the week. It's the Pretty in Pink Puppy Cage made by Ballistic Metal USA. Oh, yeah, this is
In case you have issues with the NRBs.
It is
Oh, wait, never mind. I thought you were talking.
Oh, no,
I thought it was a cage.
This looks.
windboarding?
It's a full-on cage.
Oh, well, that. No, this is a full cage for your
you.
slave.
Oh.
Like for your sexual slave.
This is serious.
Huh. Looks
It's
like a crate for your cocker spaniel.
100% steel, made in the USA. $2,094.75. Act now, only 3 left. Handmade, made from steel, iron, metal, powder coated.
American made?
American, of course, made in the USA.
Oh, phew, okay.
Just check. Hey, just check.
I'm not getting no Chinese cheapo cage. This is a one-of-a-kind, pretty in pink, powder-coated puppy cage. Our puppy cages are made from 100% steel and handmade, not some mass-produced cheap cage. We build them so they do break down for easy storage and very simple to assemble using the supplied bolts.
So it doesn't even come assembled?
Front door features a feeding slot at the bottom. Overall dimensions of our puppy cage are 44 inches long, 29 inches wide, and 31 inches tall. Sissy cuckold cuck slave cage restraints not included.
Good to know.
If you're looking for a different size or shape, please contact them. That's Ballistic Metal USA. 4.5 out of 5 stars with over 2,300 reviews. This is quite a popular item. Remember, I said it's $2,094.75. 5 stars from Kurt here. He writes multiple purposes multiple purchases from the seller. They never disappoint. For this item, make sure you consider your intended use and size accordingly. Another great product. We'll be back soon. This person writes, I locked my slave in the Pretty in Pink cage for 72 hours straight. I fed him through the feeding slot when needed to. Very convenient. He made multiple messes, but thanks to a great design, cleanup was a breeze. I recommend highly. 5 stars. That's from Throbbing Robin.
Throbbing Williams, right on.
Megan writes, who knew that a slave cage could be so cute? I keep my cage in my living room, and it really brings the room together. I just tell everybody it's for the dog I'm going to get soon. Nobody's the wiser. My slave is so miserable in there. I love it. 4 stars.
Remember when you used to watch like DuckTales and like those kind of cartoons, and they always had something where somebody was like in like a little prison thing, hanging over a fire or something. That's exactly what this looks like.
I was just saying this thing looks like it would get you on a list if you bought it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
why do you need?
Because there's nothing like sexy about it, or like overtly, hey, this is a fetish thing. It looks like you're holding a prisoner.
Yeah. And finally, and this is not a great review. I'm not sure if it was user error or design flaw, but my slave kept getting out of the cage. He was all greased up, and it was very tough to get him back in. Am I doing something wrong here? 2 stars, Lern E.
Feed him.
My dude, he was all greased up.
Yeah, he was.
He would be.
He kept sliding through.
All right, that's the Pretty in Pink puppy cage made by Ballistic Metal USA. 100% steel, made in the USA. $2,094.75. Only 3 left in stock.
When they're gone, they're gone.
When they're gone, that's it. Gone. That's the sex toy of the week. All right, before we move on, we do have a big concert announcement to make.
Drum roll.
And I defer. Okay. You got to make sure the fellows are ready. They were not ready.
Okay.
We're going. And I deferred with the man on my left, my partner Moon, to make this concert announcement. Go ahead, my friend.
Last month, we brought you Punk Rock Christmas, and now the Punk Rock Machine announces several decades worth of Disney classics with the epic punk rock show featuring members of Goldfinger, Ludo, Greek Fire, Cabo, and more. Hear the tunes from the classic films and new favorites performed the way we all know Walt would have wanted. Yes. It is Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? May 11th. 2 shows at the pageant.
All right. The return of Can You Feel the Punk Tonight?
That's right. The return.
2 shows.
2 shows. Saturday, May 11th, all ages. This is the big family. I mean,
Sorry.
Keep going.
You guys can stop.
we had such a blast last year doing Can You Feel the Punk Tonight at Delmar Hall. We did the 2 shows thing, the matinee shows. There's going to be a 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show. And I'm telling you this now, not because I know that it's awesome and it's going to be fun, but last year the 3 o'clock show sold out in 4 hours. So make sure you're on. Get in on that. Obviously,
the pageant. On sale?
The tickets will go on sale 10 a.m. this Friday.
Okay.
10 a.m. on
Put that
Friday.
in your calendar.
Yep.
Set a reminder.
Put it on. There's a Facebook event that the pageant's already created. It'll be on the websites. The Point will announce it. It'll be on, everywhere you can get this. But I'm not kidding. That matinee show was so special. It was so cool. There was kids everywhere. This is a family-friendly thing. My kids are there. They're a part of the show. Rizz is hopefully going to be able to make it and play some. We're going to have some special guests and all that kind of stuff. But, dude, last year was...
I unfortunately will be in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, cool. Good for you.
Sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
May 11th. I told you, man.
It's all right.
Don't do it that day.
We have to do it that day. May 11th. King Scott was the beast last year.
Mm-hmm.
And... last year we had the 501st, the faction from Star Wars, and Darth Vader was there, and R2-D2, and I mean Chewie.
Should I cancel my trip?
The whole thing. You should cancel your trip.
Yeah,
my buddy Dan's getting married in Punta Cana. Should
Never
I just
mind, Dan.
hey man,
tell him to bring his wedding down here. We'll do it for Can You Feel the Punk Tonight.
I'll see if they can move it.
Anyways, it was such a blast last year, and this is gonna be huge. So again, 10 a.m. Friday, tickets go on sale. Matinee show at 3 p.m. and then the evening show at 8 p.m. Make sure you make it.
Can You Feel the Punk Tonight 2?
Right on.
May 11th, 2 shows at the pageant. Tickets on sale 10 a.m. Friday?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Friday. We're all going.
There we go.
Oh, not me. I'm going to be in the Dominican. But if I not already booked my vacation,
you would be there.
100%. 100% I'd be there.
So wait, it's going to be a matinee and a late show both nights?
No, just one same day. May 11th, we do a 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. It's a lot of shredding.
And you did this at Delmar Hall last time.
We did it at Delmar Hall last time, which is half the capacity, but
Right.
it sold out in 4 hours. That matinee show did. So
Well, let's get it done, guys.
This needs the pageant.
we had a lot of people last year that were really bummed, and they're asking us to move it to the pageant. We weren't able to move it to the pageant last year, so this is your chance. Don't miss it, and it will be bigger than last year as well.
All right. Listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. Scott?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, buddy. Got to face the firing squad.
It's time.
Wait, I thought remember you said
No, I didn't. You have to.
Canceled.
It's week 18. Pick'em challenge. The final loser of the season.
How many? 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
King Scott gets 2 shots coming his way, and Moon will give us the sports report.
We could always do it next week.
All right, it is 9:07. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got a lane blocked due to a crash 70 eastbound at Missouri 370. Also, a right lane now blocked due to emergency repairs 270 eastbound at Elizabeth. And the entry ramp 64 eastbound from Lindbergh northbound lane blocked is due to a stalled vehicle. Your point forecast today is going to be cold and breezy, high of 41. Now, tonight, it's been scaled back a little bit to about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain, supposed to fall around the evening time and then maybe turn to slush and snow. Right now, it is 34 at the Point Studio.
2024 will be the year that America reaches peak laziness. Maybe.
I don't know.
This might help us get there because you can now ask Alexa to wipe your ass for you.
How?
Oh, you wait. I'm getting this thing.
Hey, she's looking at it anyway. You guys with the Alexas in your house and all that kind of stuff think that that stuff's not watching you, listening to you, doing all your things. Like, it may as well just wipe.
Might as well. I mean, you're
May as
already
well help.
here.
Yeah, you're here watching and listening.
So the annual Consumer Electronics Show starts tomorrow in Vegas, which that's something I would love to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And the bathroom brand Kohler is pushing a new bidet that connects to Alexa or Google Home to offer voice-activated butt washing. Hey, guys, we're there. And guys, get this. Once she's done washing your butt, you could also ask her to turn on the drying feature to dry off your
Tushy.
Dirt star. Okay. Gross, right? Learn.
Why do you have to say dirt
Why'd you have to
star
write that
on
down to make me say it?
You're right. You're right. I have all sorts of cards over here, words that I'm trying to get Rizz to say.
You get $1 for every one that he says.
This is peak laziness. Yeah. We can't be bothered with starting our own bidet to splish splash and then
Now
dry.
you have to ask Alexa to. And I watched a video of a guy demonstrating it.
How did that look for you?
No, I mean, he wasn't sitting on it. He just, it was a shot of the bowl.
That is
and he was saying like,
very cool video.
Alexa, turn bidet on. I think it said, Alexa, backwash.
Ew.
Alexa, dry. And there we go.
So, man, the smart toilet, that means, too, that thing is probably recognizing what's in your stool as well.
I'm down for that. Give me that
Really?
toilet. Yeah.
What, to like diagnose things?
Right.
Yeah.
How does it? It's not doing a
Why would it
full
be
analysis.
I don't know.
That's what I want.
The word smart.
I'd sign up for that.
Did we talk about that earlier
Really?
last year? Yeah, the
There is a
NFL
toilet
players
now, yeah.
have those toilets where once they have a bowel movement, it like goes through and it.
No, that's the pee toilet.
Oh, it is. Okay.
The one that you're not hydrated enough.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Somebody needs more Gatorade.
You have a UTI.
Huh. As long as it was collapsible data, like where it was like, I don't know, somehow fenced in.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want it sending messages to Apple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because, I mean, if these companies now own pharmacies as well, the big, tech companies that have all the
integrated.
Yeah.
And so they're going to sit there and they're like, well, you need this in your diet, so here's all
And
the
they're gonna
ads.
start feeding you. They're gonna start feeding you like Imodium ads.
Yeah, and I get it, and I'm not against it because I'm worried about them. These particular companies, trying to take over or hurt me or something like that. But just that kind of stuff can fall into the wrong hands, and then it spirals out of control. Blah blah blah. But if I had the ability,
everybody knows about IBS.
Listen, if I had the ability to pee into a bucket, and the bucket told me if I was healthy or not, and then I could take that information and say, let me message my doctor on my
Okay,
little
so something
app.
that's it's stored locally, not on a.
Well,
I would like that.
Listen, this is the Pure Wash E930, which retails for the low price of just $2,149.
It's a big improvement from the E910.
And that's not for the full toilet, by the way. That's just for the bidet.
Wow.
And it's not a totally new feature. Kohler already offers this in their Numi Smart Toilet that came out a couple of years back, but it's supposed to be more affordable, a more affordable version for the common man. Like their full toilet option costs over $11,000 with installation, and also has surround sound speakers.
Yeah, make that bass really grow. You got serious bass now.
You know what? That would actually make more sense. Give me a toilet that actually makes sounds so that if I'm in there like doing my thing, and let's say
Like
my
noise
husband,
canceling.
like noise canceling sounds, that is actually worth the investment.
Man, this is pretty cool. I would hope you could get to a point where they get so smart, you create like a little track in your bathroom and it just kind of wheels around while you're going, so it's fun.
What?
It's like a better
lay
experience.
Down, lay down tracks.
Like a real.
So your toilet goes around the bathroom.
Yeah, like
while you're making a number two.
A go-kart track or something.
On the go when you got to go.
Yeah.
Toilet track.
Not a bad idea.
This is a great idea.
Scott, now, do you want to get shot now or do you want to wait for the end of the sports report?
It doesn't matter. It's going to hurt regardless.
Well, so we talked about it earlier in the show.
Let's do it now.
The Rizz Show officially defeated the Fast Lane for Week 18. The Pickup Town final weekend of the regular season for the NFL,
Right.
Which means that the final standings are Fast Lane 9, Rizz Show 6, 3 ties.
That's wild.
So we have no tiebreakers. So the ties could possibly come into play here.
Yep.
So we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Which, yes, if we do figure out the tiebreaker situation, we do need to win all 3 tiebreakers, whatever it may be.
We can do it.
We could do it. Well, then we got to figure it out. Like I think if Fastlane prematurely declared themselves the winner. You didn't win yet. Yeah, you may win.
Figured that out at all. They've been doing that all
There's 3
season.
ties. There's 3 ties that play into this.
Yeah.
And it's and what do they say? What do those guys say? Those guys of all people, a tie is un-American. We can't have any ties around here. It's on American. What is this, England?
Come on.
I don't think so. Last time I checked my watch.
It said America. Now, I feel like this is the video. You ever see the video of the two cyclists who are celebrating the bike race right before the finish line?
They put their arms up.
They put their arms up. They're hugging each other while they're on their bikes. And then somebody from behind goes, nope.
Not today.
You didn't win yet. That's the Rizz Show.
That's the Rizz Show.
Yep. We're not hugging yet.
Mm-mm.
Not hugging
We
yet.
got work to do.
But we did beat them week 18 handily.
4 points.
We beat them by 4 points, which is handily.
Would have been even more if King Scott didn't have a disastrous 8 show.
King Scott, a disaster.
I was
Only 8
doing
points.
so good. I was in double digits for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then
Did you make all your picks this weekend?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what happened in weeks past.
not really, I guess. Yeah.
By the way, I went with like the expert picks, the spread or whatever it is, and I didn't win. So the experts are who? Like they don't know what they're talking about.
I'll tell you who the experts are.
Scott
let's see.
Rizzuto.
Moon 170, Scott Rizzuto 168. I'll tell you who the experts
CBS
are.
Sports sucks.
Ask this guy over here. Yeah, Scott, it's not what happened in weeks past. It's what happening now.
Let's forget what happens in the past and just move forward. How about that?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's call
So,
it.
Scott-
No, that's okay. We just.
You have to face the firing squad, so this is your second loss of the week. You had a hell of a season, by the way, Scott.
Yeah, good season.
For this to be your only second loss of the season,
I won, I think, 3 different tiebreakers this year.
it doesn't matter.
You were third place overall in the room with 167.
It's not
So,
good.
hey,
not
good.
good enough.
Hang that tush proud
All right.
up against the wall while
That's
Moon
right.
shoots
Up
it twice.
against the wall.
Here, give me the.
While Moon shoots it twice.
Get out of my face.
And this is going to be easy, Scott. You're not wearing any extra layers, are you?
Nope.
No,
All right.
Just
pure muscle.
He isn't cheating.
Pure muscle. All right, Scotty. Here we
3,
go.
2.
Yeah. Okay.
3, 2. Oh,
Nope, misfire. Misfire. Misfire.
It ain't gonna this time.
Oh, yeah.
you jerk.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, so
Oh,
red.
Scott's red.
Oh, we're so
You are mean. That was on purpose.
No, the other one, the misfire was on the right cheek.
The same exact spot. He's fired from this. No more.
Well, that's it. Hey, congratulations
Good
to
night.
Moon. Excellent job this regular season with your
No,
monster
he's
pick.
You
going
look
the
like
same
a sniper
spot.
today. You got this
Thank you
like
very much.
great
I didn't.
jacket on.
I've been nice to him lately.
I'm quite the shot.
Yeah. No, well, Scott, there it is. Done and done. Now Moon will have a discussion with ESPN executive producer Mike Ryder to see what we could do with this whole tiebreaker thing.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have to put on the. Let's.
I need you to be diplomatic
Let's
here.
work this out. Yeah, let's work this out. You know, I can be aggressive.
No, I need you to be. This is why we're sending you in.
I know.
Dude, it feels like it's bleeding, by the way.
It might possibly be. All right, listen. We'll
You
take-
jumped.
We'll-
Did you see his little?
Well, you
No,
went.
I wasn't
you
on
went
him.
not for pockets, and you hit the same exact spot. You were like purposely trying not to hit anything
do-
except for.
I'm a terrible person.
No, stop
Same
it.
cheek.
Stop it. You got a job to do. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do that sports report.
You got a job.
I like
to do.
how it's a job to do whenever it's everyone else. It's like, yeah, I was going for your seams. I was doing this.
Right.
And then for me, it's like,
The
no,
sniper
fitness
doesn't
spot.
apologize.
Your family.
Tom Berenger and Sniper. Did you see him apologize?
Good point.
No,
Never.
I just watched the new Sniper from like 2018. Wow, what a piece of trash. But
Really?
Behringer makes his return.
Good. Not apologize.
He couldn't
to
stay
anybody.
retired.
Can't stay away. 9:26 Monday. Traffic and weather. One final look. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got a right lane block due to emergency repairs 270 eastbound at Elizabeth Avenue. And a lane block due to a crash 70 eastbound at exit 224. That is Missouri 370. Your point forecast, cold and breezy, high of 41 today. Tonight, about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain is supposed to fall and may turn into snow and slush. Right now, it is 34 at the Point Studio.
It's 105.7 The Point. Donnie Fandango backstage, way back Point Fest. Goldfinger, and we got everybody. How you
whole
guys doing?
band.
It's great to have
Woo! Thanks for having us.
Well, and welcome back to St. Louis. I know specifically people were absolutely stoked to see you guys and have you guys back here. And
You couldn't pick a worse time to sell your home. And now, sure, your home's worth a small fortune right now, but are you really going to swap that 2-3% current interest rate and pay 7 or 8% interest on a new home? There's no way. And you don't have to with the Get Paid and Stay program from Truehold. Now, this is ingenious. With the Get Paid and Stay program from Truehold, they'll buy your home now for its best current value, and you bank the cash. You can stay in your home until interest rates come back down or for as long as you like. It's your call. Plus, you won't have to pay property taxes, insurance, or upkeep anymore. Truehold pays those expenses. Learn more about Truehold's Get Paid and Stay program. Call 1-855-300-9993. Or visit Truehold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash your home's value without having to move. That's Truehold.com.
Hey, we're the Interrupters! And we're here with our new friends Sarah and Donnie from The Point. We're at Music Record Shop, and we're gonna go get some records.
Reggae and ska. This record is going to change your life. It really is. This is nightclub, gangsters, Rudy, A Message to You, Rat Race, man, Ghost Town. So we come, Interrupters, before we come out on stage, we play Ghost Town, and it's on this. You just have to get, this is, I insist that you get that one.
Okay. If you were gonna get a Ramones record, are you a fan of the Ramones?
I don't know, a lot of times I hear songs and I'm like, oh yeah, I love that song. I just can't remember who it was.
I Want to Be Sedated. Mm-hmm. And like Blitzkrieg Bop. Mm-hmm. So this is their second record, and it's really good.
In 8th grade, I went to a Catholic school. I had to walk from my school to my parents' office, and in between the school and the office was a reggae record store. Like it was a record store, mostly just reggae. Mm-hmm. From school until then, that most of my time was spent at that record shop.
Wow. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where it started. Like,
and the
pretty
owner
much.
of that record shop was like, check this out. It's called incense, and you burn it. And I was like, cool.
Check this out. It's kind of like incense, but it makes it feel fun.
And then he was like, check this out. He's like, you're really gonna like this, because I was like, I really like Nirvana. And he was like, if you like Nirvana, you're really gonna like this. And he put on Bad Brains, and I was like,
This slaps. We all know that. Oh yeah. You know.
I'm getting all of these records. I'm getting this record.
You should crush me.
Yes.
I'm getting this record. I'm getting this record.
Okay, so we're going. I definitely think it's in here.
These records are hard to find. Do you like Leonard Cohen?
I don't know much about Leonard Cohen other than the Pump Up the Volume songs, to be very honest with you.
He is an incredible songwriter. He's a huge inspiration. My dream would be to just write one song as good as the Leonard Cohen song. He's just the best songwriter.
And you, and I mean, and you hold, but so like then, but then how do you rank your own like songwriting when you're ranking it up against some of your favorites and arguably some of the greatest people that have ever written a song ever?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, well, like Kevin and I were talking the other day, listening to Bruce Springsteen. I mean, his lyrics are out of this world. You paint a picture, like you don't even need.
He puts you there.
He puts you there.
Yeah.
Taste, touch, smell, sound. You're in the 3D experience of wherever he's taking you, and that's really like Leonard Cohen does that. And I don't think I'll ever achieve that level, but like I'm a perfectionist. I'm always gonna keep trying to put you there, put you in the place.
Well, because that's the best, and you know the ones that can do that are. I mean, it's not. I don't want to say few and far between, but it's just like those are the best of the best. Everybody, we've had a pretty good time.
Incredible.
We've got some really good things. So thanks to the Interrupters. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you, and thank you.
No problem, Sarah. Did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
I would assume that you have increased your vinyl collection sizably.
I have.
All right, very good. Very good. And thanks to Music Record Shop. They're always so great. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Had a great time. It's Donnie Fandango backstage at Point Fest. For one, I just almost fell out of my chair.
It is.
And for two, boy, that would have made a really great way to start the interviews of the day. Yeah. All right, so let's settle this first and foremost. You and me here right now. 0936.
Yes.
All right. I heard it in a couple of different ways. It confused the hell out of me, man.
It confuses me.
Okay, well then good. Then I don't feel as bad that it's not just me.
I put the colon in there to be read as a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one says it's 9:36 o'clock ever.
Right, ever.
It's never happened. It's never happened.
And it never should happen.
And it won't, I promise.
You know, man, I was reading a bit about you, and it feels like we, as younger guys, had a similar sort of experience. I had one of my dad's friends when I was growing up owned a mini recording studio in his basement. And so I got to go over there when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old and watch the guys plug in and tune in, and then they'd let me mess around on the microphone. And you had kind of a similar thing.
Yeah, it was more just like 3 plywood or 4 plywood walls and then a microphone, but my uncle knew how to, he made like beats.
Sure.
He's not Dr. Dre, but he made beats, you know what I mean? And he sold them online, and that was his side thing. And so that was very easy way to start.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, let me see what's up. So I was doing little sample things for him. He was like, hey, talk.
Health. Guys, we're always talking about, making sure you're feeling your best so you can be your absolute best. Mentality Health does just that. They are men's specific health clinic. They are looking after men. They're not trying to be everything to everybody. They are trying to make sure that we as men feel our best, look our best, and perform our very best no matter what age, no matter what's going on. Get in there today. Rizz and I both go to the West County location. They got a South County location as well. We went into Mentality. We had a blood draw. We talked to the board-certified physicians about how we were feeling, what our lifestyle is like, had those blood draws and found out where our numbers were. Then we talked to the board-certified physicians about where our numbers were, where our testosterone levels were, our vitamin levels, or this or that. I found something, actually Mentality found something that was going on in my body that was life-threatening that I wasn't even looking for with my primary care physician. So that's my testimony. Yours is going to be a little bit different, as will your treatment program. They're customized treatment programs for you, making sure that you're back to 100% so you can look, feel, and perform your very best. Get into Mentality Health today. You can call them, you can text them, you can email them, you can walk into one of the facilities or get all the information online at mentalityhealth.com.
It's 105.7 The Point, Donnie Fandango.
5-7 The Point.
All right. Thank you, Kenny.
Welcome.
Got a couple minutes left. Let's get our sports report. All right, Moon, what do we got?
Sports brought to you by DraftKings, a casino queen. Play, stay, dine at DraftKings at Casino Queen. The Blues got a big 2-1 shootout win over Carolina on Saturday night. Bennington returned to form. Jake Neighbors got his first penalty shootout goal to keep it all alive. Blues take on the Panthers tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Yeah, big win.
Now I've been watching this. It is Black Monday, which is the first Monday after the last regular season NFL game, and all these coaches are getting fired, and this is
Ron Rivera already out. Art Smith down in Atlanta out.
Now, the latest thing that I've seen across the wire here is that Jim Harbaugh may be coaching his Wolverines on Monday night for the college football championship for the last time because there's a lot of interest between the Raiders and Jim Harbaugh. That is the latest that I have seen on this Black Monday wire.
Yeah. Well, tonight's the big, college championship game. Yeah, they're saying that Jim Harbaugh may make the jump.
Either to the Raiders or the Chargers. They're also saying that somebody said that Harbaugh has a lot of interest in the Chargers vacancy as well.
The Raiders, though, their interim coach, Antonio Pierce, has been doing great. So I don't understand why they wouldn't make him the coach.
Yeah.
But the real, everybody's looking to see what Bill Belichick is going to do.
As of 33 minutes ago, Belichick is still New England's head coach.
And we got Lern on it. She's very interested.
Guys, I am looking at it right now. Here's who's been fired. Josh McDaniels from the Raiders.
But that was earlier in the season.
Oh, Frank Reich.
Earlier in the season.
Was that an
Brandon
architect?
Staley.
Earlier in the season.
Arthur Smith, who you just talked about, and then Ron Rivera. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on it, guys. I got my Belichick news, the minute it drops, my phone will blow up.
We got, ears everywhere.
Speaking of ears everywhere, the playoffs weekend this weekend with a Super Wild Card Weekend. 6 games, 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, 1 on Monday night. The Ravens in the AFC and the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC have earned bye weeks. As conference top seeds, those teams will await opponents for next weekend. I have the full schedule, and we were talking about how
The Chiefs game is on Peacock.
it will be on Peacock
Only.
Only.
So it's not going to be on CBS, NBC, ABC. The
Weird.
Chiefs game will be on Peacock only.
It is the first NFL playoff game to be offered exclusively on streaming. It is the Dolphins and the Chiefs, 8:15 Eastern, so 7:15. That's AFC. That is happening on Saturday. I have the full list, and I'll put it up on the blog, but I'm just going to move on. Former NFL linebacker Jack Squirek, I think it's Squirek or Squirek, who won a Super Bowl with the LA Raiders in 1984, has died. The team announced he was 64. He was instrumental in LA's victory in Super Bowl 18, picking off Washington quarterback Joe Theismann and scampering to the end zone for a 12-yard pick six that gave the Raiders a 21-3 lead. LA wound up winning 38-9. The Dog Pound is rallying behind Joe Flacco with their wallets, apparently, because he is up. His jersey sales are up some 400%.
Lern, it's Flacco-mania.
Of course it is.
Former Super Bowl
New
winner.
Jersey's own.
Yeah, now I forgot he was a Super Bowl winner. That dude.
Oh, with the Ravens, yeah.
That's right.
wow.
So he has led the Browns to a 4-1 record after Cleveland lost to Deshaun Watson and rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson to injuries. Again, sales spiked for his jerseys 400% during these last couple weeks, which is pretty crazy. He won Super Bowl, whatever it was, with the Ravens in 2013, their second in franchise history. College football national championship game is tonight in Houston, Texas. The Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines both enter the game undefeated.
Between the Wolverines and the Huskies?
Yeah.
That's right.
I always go Wolverine. Look
That's
at me.
a smart choice.
Go Big Blue, huh?
That's right.
Two mammals.
Roll Tide.
Nope.
Oh,
That's
like that,
the
yes.
Alabama, sir. Michigan outlasted Alabama in overtime at the Rose Bowl. Washington held off Texas in the Sugar Bowl. This will be the final year of the playoffs as we know it. Next season, the CFP will expand from 4 teams to 12. You can catch the game tonight, 6:30 Central on ESPN. A swimmer who won gold during the 72 Olympics shortly after suffering a collapsed lung has his collection of medals going up for auction. You think that he would be selling them, right?
right.
Wait till I get to it.
Uh-oh.
Steve Ginter's set of gold, silver, and bronze medals from the 72 Summer Games in Munich are estimated to go for more than $50,000 during an auction of the Olympic-themed stuff, right? American athlete risked his life to compete in the games after undergoing a minor surgery for a partly collapsed lung just 1 week before competing, which was said to have been brought on by a persistent cough from bronchitis and altitude changes during the cramped plane ride to Munich. So this dude was in it wasn't posh and nice and cushy. He was in a cramped plane all the way to Munich. It messed up his lungs, altitude
I swam
stuff.
with a collapsed lung.
Still
I got a
wins.
hangnail. I can't pitch today.
Right.
Here's a quote. This is going to matter, by the way. Quote, for most of my life, the medals represented a defining moment in time. Each medal is uniquely intertwined with the Olympic experience, making those memories lifelong. I get goosebumps every time I recall those moments. Well, Steve gifted those medals to help someone whom he cares deeply about, who wished to remain anonymous. The person will pocket the proceeds. Now, the way this was written was just that way. Does that mean he gave them to somebody to sell to make money?
That's what it sounds like.
Sounds like, yeah.
Okay,
Someone in
I'm
need.
hoping-
It's like a
Sacrifice.
gift.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
that's what it is, because the first time I read it, it was worded slightly differently, and it said that Steve gifted the medals to somebody else, and
And
then
they
this
turned around.
person. Right, so I was like,
No,
what?
to me, it sounds like somebody's in dire straits, and like I'm going to give you this.
These to sell,
That's
which is
really
great.
nice.
So the winning bidder will get a one-on-one call with Steve as well. So I guess he is a part of the thing. So that's cool. I'm Moon, and that's your sports goes, doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. All right, that's it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. A Monday in the books. This is our first Monday of the new year.
I know.
This is it. We did it. We
It
did it,
flew
guys.
by.
Flew by. Tomorrow, we announce Point Fest at 7:30. Make sure you tuned in for that big announcement. If you missed it earlier at 9 o'clock, Moon announced the second incarnation of Can You Feel the Punk tonight?
That's right. May 11th at the pageant, we are doing 2 shows. It is a full family show, all ages. Bring your kiddos to the first, maybe it's their first rock and roll experience, their first concert experience. This is the perfect introductory into some rock and roll with songs that they already know, classic Disney songs, new Disney songs, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be fun. May 11th. Tickets go on sale 10 a.m. on Friday.
Got that. All right, today's podcast is titled...
We're not orgy people, and that's okay.
And that is okay. We learned that about Learn and Tim today.
Yeah.
We're not orgy people.
We're not
It's our
orgy
thing.
people. Just wanting to put that out there.
Yeah.
I get so many emails. And
In case you get asked again, just put it out
put
there.
a pin in that. Thank you.
I think you were also kind of speaking for all of us. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm not an orgy guy.
Yeah, me neither.
That's too much.
We're not anti-orgy. We just don't participate.
Yeah, just
you know?
for me, it's just too much of a thing. I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. I don't need to.
Got enough going on.
Yeah. All right, Scott, what do you got?
Well, January 20th, I'll be emceeing the All In for Life charity poker tournament. And this thing is awesome, and it's the largest charity tournament in Missouri. And you get all the information at sccadoutreach.org/poker. That's scad.org/poker. So do that. It's really cool. It's going to be a fun, huge night.
Thank you, Scott. Learn.
Yes, this Saturday I will be at Scottish Rite Cathedral. We're going to be there at 6 o'clock with the Song Society. I'm going to be emceeing. Super Jam's going to play. Tables full of fun people just raising money for the kiddos and all the good that Song Society does. So I hope to see everybody. If you need tickets, 1057thepoint.com.
Moon.
Very cool.
Planet Fitness grand opening in O'Fallon. I will be there Thursday from 4 to 6. I have a whole bunch of giveaways, point stuff to give away, tickets to give away, all that. Plus, Planet Fitness, since it is the grand opening, you can get started for 24 cents down, and then only $10 a month with no commitment. That's all happening Thursday in O'Fallon at the Planet Fitness grand opening, O'Fallon. Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. They're doing
Bill
the
or
grand
Mo?
opening the whole day. This is Missouri.
Mo.
Yes. And it is going to be lots and lots of
It's
fun.
going to be lit, guys.
Well, we just have. I have a lot of stuff to give away. We kind of packed up a little bit of stuff during the holidays, and it's going to be cool.
Cool. All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Hit up hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Robertsville, Missouri, Steve Ashley is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Steve, once you hear the song, here it is. We will see you tomorrow. Done and X. Bye.
Energy up.
The Rizzuto Show.